mind.
4 carats total weight in yellow or white gold, only $39.90.
And how about this diamond chain in cultivated?
12.5 carats total weight, collection color and lab grown, only $79.90.
And last but not least, especially this year, 1.5 carat floating diamond pendant.
Collection color and lab grown, only $9.90.
Call, email, or message us for an in-person appointment.
Or sit back and relax for free FedEx shipping anywhere in the USA.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450. That's 480-397-2450. Or follow him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harmon Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmonsolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call, 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmonsolar.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Now open in Scottsdale. It's United Forte Custom Door Showroom with 40,000 euro doors and hundreds of state-of-the-art designs and finishes on display, plus kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, and more, all at wholesale prices. Builders, contractors, designers, and yes, you. Come see our showroom on Greenway Hayden Loop. That's United Forte, P-O-R-T-E. Stop by to see and feel the quality. United Forte Custom Doors. Find us at uporte.com. That's uporte.com.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. As we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, I got to tell you, I am so thankful that this year is about to end. Really? But unfortunately, I'm hearing there's another one developing right now as we speak in the Gulf of Mexico. It is heading right for us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's true. I don't think there's any stopping it. So, but hey, listen, we'll be back before the year is over. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be some holiday having, but the show will go on. Don't worry about it. Anyway, today I just want to commemorate that December is the month that the first ever text message was sent back in 1992.
92.
Yeah,
no kidding.
32 years ago. And that text message was Merry Christmas. And then it was 10 years ago that we started using texts for this silliness. You know, we've been doing the text line. Once I realized we could get the texts onto a computer and I could see them and read them, I'm like, oh, I've got an idea. I had no idea it would become this. I mean, I thought it'd just be nice. People wanted to text in. Maybe they didn't feel like calling in. You know, we were still doing calls and stuff. Right. And I started realizing people love to text in, and that's the rest is history.
Yep. That's how it all got going.
We're the only show that figured that out. Everybody else is like, hey, we have a text line, send a text, and they never read the text. They never do the text online. Oh, we got a text line brought to you by blah, blah, blah. And okay, that's great. It's a nice ad for blah, 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 but you don't read the text. Why are you not reading the texts? And they still don't. Nobody seems to get this. You know what I'm saying? And again, it goes back to 99% of the sports talk show hosts out there. What they want to hear is their own voice. They want to hear from themselves. They don't want to hear from you. They'll try to hear from you as long as it gives them an opportunity to respond and then hear more from themselves. On this show, we love to hear from you. So that's why I just read up all the text and stuff. And if you guys weren't so damn awkward, I'd have you on the phone. But let's be honest. Yeah, Moist One says, I thought the first text was at 1:15 a.m. on February 3rd, 1991, and it read, "You up?" Now, that was a subsequent text, probably two or the second or third. It didn't take long for that one, Moist One.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought that. But, oh, by the way, good news, everybody. Randy?
Yes?
I know this is been a concern of yours for a while.
Okay.
The Department of Agriculture has come out and told us that they have eradicated murder hornets in the United States of these Americas.
Oh my goodness! Thank goodness that's an absolute relief. Wow. We can all live and breathe in harmony now and in freedom and not unworried about the murder hornets.
5 years. Yeah, 5 years we've had to look over our shoulder for damn murder hornets. You know, they're bigger than the regular hornets, and they sting. When they do, it hurts more. Their venom is more potent, and they could slaughter a whole hive of honeybees in like 90 minutes. And we're like, oh, crap, here we go. We're going to run out of bees, and then we'll have no more food. Everybody will starve, and then we'll get stung to death. It's just a big pile of from the murder hornets. I guess they weren't such badasses after all, because a bunch of nerds at the Department of Agriculture got rid of them. So they haven't seen any since 2021. I understand why they've waited 3 years to tell us. But here we are. It's a pretty big win.
Well, I guess they just wanted to make sure they got them all. You don't want to tell people we got all the murder hornets, and then here's a bunch you didn't quite get rid of.
So we're out of the woods for now, Randy. Or for at least right now, we're safe.
I can breathe easier now.
Well, but we all must be vigilant, because there's other issues. Remember all the times I said, "Hey, I think the animals are coming after us, and I think they're organized. I think they are mounting up an army to try to come at us."
Really?
Now I think they've just lost their damn minds.
Okay.
Now I think the animals that at one point were organized, and now I think they're just crazy.
What?
First off, did you hear about the squirrels?
What's wrong with squirrels?
First, we had to listen to this dude saying, "Oh, I like to eat squirrels."
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Oh, give me some of them squirrel brains." And we're like,
you mean the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, him and some players. So don't think you need to be eating them squirrels, especially not the brains, because squirrels have started eating other animals.
Oh my goodness. Really? What other animals?
Voles in California. They're like moles, but they're kind of cute. First time that we've seen squirrels eating other rodents. Okay, the vole population's exploded, so squirrels are just like, look at this, something extra. You know, but still, they got a taste for blood, Randy. They got a taste for blood. Guess what? We're next.
No, I think they have to go up several flights of food chain before they get to us.
We're kind of next. We're next adjacent. All I know is the squirrels have gone crazy. They never what they eat. Oh, I like nuts. No, I'm gonna eat me. Oh, another rodent. So it's getting even worse.
Maybe it's rodent on rodent crime.
It's getting even worse.
All right.
Killer whales,
have
been wearing dead salmon as hats.
What?
Oh no, that's terrifying.
What now?
Nobody knows why they're doing it, but I guess they did it for a while back in 1987, but everybody's like, somebody dropped some coke in the water. Some cocaine's been dropped in the water. So the whales are just now they're doing it again. And whale experts are saying, Well, I guess sometimes they adopt fads just like humans for no real reason. And they might see other whales doing it. And they're like, oh, I got to get me a salmon for a hat.
Huh.
So they kill salmon and then they nudge under it and they swim around with that thing on their head like a hat.
Well, that means that we're not the only creature out here hunting for sport, which is it's a little concerning.
So
especially since they like tipping our boats.
This is craziness.
I don't know.
So now I got salmon hat wearing killer whales.
Yeah.
Squirrels eating other rodents. I don't know what the hell is going to happen next. But I'm just saying it ain't like it was where we thought maybe they were all, coordinating an uprising against us. A little Animal Farm action, but no, now they've just lost their minds, and I think I know why. It's all our prescription pills that we take, and then we pee, and then they drink it in the water downstream. That's it. All of our medications are making the animals crazy.
It's been many, many years since I peed in a stream.
It's not. No, okay, well then you're fine.
Okay.
Anyway, so just keep an eye on the animals. That's all I'm saying. Be safe. Be safe out there.
Yeah.
And reason, by the way, speaking of being safe, I want to remind everybody that the most dangerous day of the month to be out on the roads, December 23rd, Monday, this coming Monday.
That's the most dangerous day of the entire year to be on the road?
Distracted drivers are off the hook on Monday.
Man. Yeah.
They're taking the opportunity to go out and do the shopping and do this, and they're trying to find things, and they're looking up at where's that store, and then they're talking to people. Oh, what did so and so want for Christmas? Blah, 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 blah. It's just a mess. It's gonna be a mess of dumb people driving around, swerving like drunk people.
Wow.
It is probably not even the holiday party. You know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of people just, oh, I'm sorry. It's a bunch of that's gonna be happening. So don't go out on Monday if you can avoid it.
All right. So Monday I won't be in for work then.
Okay.
All right.
Silver Pop says, Jeffrey, the animal behavior is due to the drone phenomenon. So the drones in New Jersey have communicated to the animals, and now the animals have communicated it across the country. So this is starting the animal revolt.
No kidding? Wow.
According to Silver Pops, and I have no reason not to believe him. Sir Drives a Lot says, yeah, I'll be driving early on Monday. Then I'll be at home with my grandbaby. Well, you be careful out there.
Yeah.
It's full on 1 a.m. driving in effect, meaning it'll going to look like everybody's drunk, just swerving across lanes. You just be on your best defensive driving behavior, Sir Drives a Lot.
All right.
I don't want to go anywhere on Monday, but I'm told we're going somewhere on Monday.
All right. I think I would have to put my foot down.
Oh, yeah, but it's my wife that told me that. So
never mind.
There's no.
Just never mind.
Let's see. Baker's Cocky Hen says murder hornets are gone. Well, they missed one, and then he sends me a picture of one on a cactus. I don't think you took that picture because that is a professional picture. So I think you just went and grabbed that picture off the internet and sent it down. You did not take that picture, Baker's Cocky Hens. I call B as in B, S as in S on you, Baker's Cocky Hens. Ask a friend what that means. All right, fine. Let's talk about, I didn't want to talk about this, to be honest. I kind of didn't want to talk about it, but I guess we're going to talk about it. Okay. The Phoenix Suns lost a game last night. Yeah. I didn't want to talk about this one.
I understand.
To the Indiana Pacers. 120 to 111. So I'm thinking to myself, this could mean only one thing. Somebody got hurt.
Well, you know your team.
Yeah. So then I was like, well, I guess I better read up on this. And I'm like, oh, here it is. Devin Booker had 14 points in the first half, but left midway through the third quarter with groin tightness.
Oh, boy.
You got a tight groin.
Oh, no.
So now he's game time decision for tomorrow's game.
Those groins, man.
Which I would not play him tomorrow.
Oh,
I would keep him for the Christmas game if I could. But it's not great. And like, can the universe give this team a break? There seems to be no way to get all three of these guys to play the 10 games in a row together. Durant's back, Booker's out. Booker's back, Beal's out. Beal's back, Durant's out. Just maybe just 10 games in a row where you get all three of these guys, because when they're out there, they're great.
Hey, could the Suns stop doing an imitation of my fantasy football season? Where everybody gets injured and I lose everything?
Or their best Niners imitation, or
it's
brutal.
Moiswin says we've got a little pineapple. Why didn't you tell me that? The Swazman says, Jeffrey, we could all understand. Oh, I thought you were talking about my phone.
Well, it wasn't that bad. And I was going to wait to the break. Yeah, if it sounded like that, I wouldn't have. I would have told you, but
Swazman says, Jeffrey, we could all understand that Booker had groin problems when he was dating Kardashian's sister, but now he's moved on. Does he have an excuse? I mean, we always have a groin. Sir Drives a Lot says, that's what happens when you trade for old, oft-injured players. Well, Booker was not old or off from anything.
And Beal might be oft-injured. That's true, but he's not old. He's like 31.
Baker's Cocky Hens is like, hey, this is a real picture. I'm kidding. It's AI. I figured as much. It was just too perfect. Did you actually put in murder hornet on a cactus? Did you do? I mean, I have respect for that. That's because this is probably one of the nicer AI photos. I just thought it was a professional photo. Wow. So good job on that. He says they got rid of the ones in Washington because they migrated. Silver Pops says breaking news. Booker is out with a groin injury. Beal woke up with his groin injured. Also will miss 10 games, play a quarter when he comes back, aggravates his left eyebrow, and he'll be out after the All-Star break.
Seems to be a little bit of predicting going on in that breaking news.
I feel like you do not have to have tarot cards to predict the way the season's going next.
It does seem to be that way, though, with the Suns, doesn't it?
Someone is tweaking something, twisting something, stress fracture something. It just never seems to actually come together outside of the beginning of the season when they got off to that hot start.
So the Suns got beat by the Pacers, a team they should have had not so much trouble with, but they did. And, actually, no, to be fair, the Pacers have been playing better the last couple of weeks. But still, I feel like the Suns shouldn't have had so much trouble with them. Injuries happen, life goes on, and now you got the Detroit Pistons up next. And the Detroit Pistons, also a team you should beat. But now they probably won't. I don't know. I'm just tired.
I mean, the Pistons are even worse. I think you should feel bad if you don't beat the Pistons.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to predict anything anymore because the Pacers, even though they have been playing better, they won 3 out of their last 4. They are a bottom 5 defense. I just think that the Suns should have beat.
On my sheet here for Suns versus Pistons, the betting line is F if we know. That's what it actually says.
Wow. Even the bettors, they can't lay down the odds then, huh?
And I give up. Oh, did you see LeBron James pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for most minutes played in NBA history? I don't know how many more ways we're going to come up with to tell you LeBron is old. I mean, the more minutes, you're just old. Now, credit, he's old and continuing to do something none of us could do even at our youngest. But LeBron James has just been around forever. And he's now played his 57,447th regular season minute.
Wow. I mean, staying power, and he's still playing pretty well. I mean, this is obviously his worst season,
but better than most.
But if you were a prime NBA player having a season like the one LeBron's having right now, and you were like a role player, you'd be asking for a new contract. That's the level that he's at, despite the fact that he is 40 years old.
Yep. So humbling for everyone else, but as far as LeBron goes, just record after record is falling. If I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I'm just like, God damn it. Another one? It's another one?
Yeah.
I mean, people just wait till I died. I've been so hard.
That's not how it goes.
Seems like bullcrap to me.
Yeah.
So now LeBron is a pretty good 3-point shooter. What'd you just do? What the hell's going on there?
I just
it was a murder hornet.
Got a murder hornet in there? I mean, listen, TRC Broadcasting, actually, when we first started Fanatic back in 2017, it was like a couple days later, and bees were coming out the lighting fixtures. Did you ever know that?
I did not know that. No.
Yes, murder hornets were coming in there to try to kill us, and we had to. They turned out there was like outside there was some tree next to the lighting thing, and it had broken the lighting thing, and we were filthy with all sorts of hornets flying around up in the drop ceiling there.
Yeah, didn't know that. I do know that during the spring we get the little tiny gnats and stuff that get in here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're coming they're same way. And then you remember the bees. And then after that, we're like, hey, the bees are gone. Why? It's because of the wasps. The wasp then started coming through the ceiling units, and we're like, and then we just decided not to come in anymore.
Yeah.
Thank you for
a fair choice.
Thank you for being on the front line.
Yeah, I didn't ask to, but here I am, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So LeBron, they put a microphone in front of him, and he had some things to say. But since we're running up against a break, we'll come back because he has an opinion about something, and a little that live by the, die by the, and well, he's a little bit of the. I'd say hypocrisy. We'll talk about it when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Brought to you by G-Bank. Earn cashback rewards on every eligible gaming transaction. vsin.com/GBank. Subject to credit approval, terms and conditions apply.
The 7-7 Arizona Cardinals face the 3-11 Panthers on the road this Sunday. Arizona tied with Seattle for the top spot in the NFC West. With the Rams and Seahawks both 8-6-0, the Cardinals are right behind them. The Cardinals head into the game in Charlotte as 5-point favorites. The Panthers at plus 180 on the money line. The over-under is 47.5. The Cardinals are a long shot, plus 15,000 to win the Super Bowl, plus 7,500 to win the NFC. NBA last night, the Pacers got by the Suns 120-111. Pascal Siakam had 25 points and 18 rebounds. Kevin Durant, 37 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists in the loss. The Suns went into the game favored by 6.5. I'm Chuck Sanders on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
At Diamond Dave's Desert Wholesale Diamond,
we offer incredible diamonds, both mined and cultivated, all at amazingly low prices.
Check out these cultivated lab-grown diamond earrings.
2 carats total weight, collection color and lab-grown, only $25.90.
And she'd love this amazing tennis bracelet in natural mined.
4 carats total weight in yellow or white gold, only $39.90.
And how about this diamond chain in cultivated?
12.5 carats total weight, collection color and lab-grown, only $79.90.
And last but not least, especially this year, 1.5 carat floating diamond pendant.
Collection color and lab grown, only $9.90.
Call, email, or message us for an in-person appointment.
Or sit back and relax for free FedEx shipping anywhere in the USA.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450. That's 480-397-2450. Or follow him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-345-2789. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-345-2789. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-345-2789. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-345-2789. 800-345-2789 or biglou.com.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harman Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harman Solar Podcast at harmansolar.com.
Sunday morning, catch live NFL coverage on The Fanatic.
The Washington Commanders head to one of the friendly cities on the Mississippi, New Orleans, to take on a grouchy Saints team. Washington looking to secure a playoff spot. New Orleans looking to be the troublemaker and hang an L on the Commanders. Sunday morning at 10:30, it's the Commanders at the Saints, live.
You're home for live NFL action, the playoffs, and Super Bowl 59. 1580 The Fanatic.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Oh, heavy metal maniac. Why? Don't start this. Please don't start this. Heavy metal maniac says, so with LeBron James being in the NBA as long as he's been, he's a great player. Does this make him the greatest player in the NBA? A history better than Jordan. Hard to say, but he is good. I mean, great. Okay, longevity does not make you the greatest player in the NBA. That's that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. Jordan, different era. LeBron, different era. Kobe, straddling those eras, but still, that's not how you do it. No, I'm not even going to entertain that idea.
Yeah, I like with the longevity, obviously it matters because it's not just like he's just there a long time hanging
Dudes
out.
have been in the NBA for a long period of time.
It's the level that he's playing at with the longevity, but that still to me is, for me, it's a combination of your success and just having watched you play. Does the eye test show that you were a great player? And I personally have not seen anybody better than Michael Jordan at the game of basketball. Just that's just kind of where I leave that. It's if Jordan didn't have 6 titles, if he had 5, if he had 4, he'd still be the greatest basketball player to me because I've just never seen anybody better than him at it.
And then somebody's going to come at you with stats. They're going to be like, well, what about this? What about that? What about this thing?
Yeah,
that thing.
like those things aren't invalid. It's just not all there is to it. I'm not.
LeBron went right to the NBA straight out of high school, but that's not how Michael Jordan did it.
Sure. Like everyone's entitled to their opinion. I just disagree with it.
Sun Devil Raul earlier was like, hey, do you guys ever hear that pigs are carnivorous? Oh, yeah. I remember watching the movie Snatch. It's about stealing things. It's not about what you think. And this one guy was talking about he had pigs. A gangster had pigs. So they would kill a guy, chop him up, throw him into the pigs, and they'd go and get rid of the evidence within 15 minutes. That's what he says. And so, yeah, that's when I learned they were carnivorous. He says, yeah, maybe that's why religions don't like people eating them. Yeah, I mean, pigs eat dead pigs. Is that true? I think I heard that. I don't know. I don't know.
Will eat anything.
Sounds like they'll eat anything.
They're not picky. they'll eat whatever.
Bear Claw says, I hope Neon Keon didn't talk to that guy yesterday off his teaser parlay Chargers +3 over 36.5. What's he talking about?
He has to beat the book thing. So this is not that show, but
wrong show, Bear Claw. God damn you.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Somebody had like a, they took the
That seemed
overs.
harsh.
They took the overs on everything and took the Chargers. And I just didn't feel good about that, but I didn't talk him off of it. He asked me for my opinion. I gave him my opinion. Then I said, play what you want. I always make sure to say that because it's an opinion.
That didn't sound like you talking anybody out of anything.
No, I didn't tell him he was wrong.
Did you ever hear from this person? Did they make money?
We reached out today to see if to figure out because we couldn't remember who texted it in.
Yeah.
They did not text today to let us know. So
yeah. If they didn't say anything, they didn't win it or they didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
sorry, I yelled at you, Bear Claw.
Happens.
Just a tip says, I think 5 Jordan would beat 5 LeBrons in a 3-game series.
First off,
Jordan versus Kobe, 3 have series would be epic. I think it means game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I don't know how you can assume that. I also think that the LeBrons would be bigger. And at that point, I'm taking 5 LeBrons versus 5 Jordans.
Well, I mean, 5 Jordans can pass the ball around, get position, and 5 Jordans are super petty, and they're going to be really thinking. I think Michael Jordan was a smarter basketball players than LeBron. I feel like five Jordan would beat five LeBron.
I don't know if Jordan was a smarter basketball player. I think they're both highly intelligent, highly high
I didn't
basketball.
say
IQ
LeBron
guys.
was a
No,
caveman. or anything.
I'm saying like LeBron's basketball IQ is just insanely off the charts. LeBron is a guy that's played all 5 positions, which is the thing that Jordan didn't do, which is why I would be taking the LeBrons. Because
all right, I know one thing: 5 Bugsy Mogues would get just kicked right into the stands, punted like little babies.
This is also the reason why I would not take the 5 Kobe's versus the 5 Jordans, because he's smaller.
Can you do this on a?
Someone's got to be able to
can you do
simulate this
on a computer, on a Xbox or PlayStation? 5 Kobe's versus 5 Jordans.
Somebody has done this. It has to exist somewhere.
I suppose you just get the stats and then make a bunch of play. But the other thing is that I'm sure they add some secret sauce. So it's like, no, this is a Kobe thing. This is a Jordan thing. But I feel like this is something you should be allowed to do. And then somebody should tell us, what it is.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time for this. Anyway, Against the Spread says, hope you guys played my UNLV pick the other night. Sorry I didn't send my Chargers pick yesterday. I was busy with work. Indiana versus Notre Dame line is moving in the Indiana direction. You can still get an alternate line at plus 7.5 for Indiana at minus 125. And Indiana plus 200 on the money line. Weather is going to be cool. That affects the ball. Indiana's line is better than advertised. And Notre Dame's kicker, garbage. Indiana at plus 7.5 is my pick. And I got them on the money line too. There you go.
Yeah,
Thank you very much Against the Spread.
We agree.
T. Lisher says, happy Friday, mofos. Here's to the weekend. And hopefully all the right college teams winning. Not you, Notre Dame. Not you, Michigan's bitch.
Oh, no.
Wow. Bear Claw says, no, it was on your show. I don't listen to that other show. I don't know what you're talking about. Who was that?
Okay, then I don't know.
Bear Claw, did you have a fever dream?
Because we got that question at the tail end of Beat the Book, so I have no idea.
Hamilton Porter says, yeah, I would take the under tonight. They're going to play in a freaking blizzard. Who? Who's he talking about?
Maybe it's Indiana and Notre Dame.
Is that what you're talking about?
It is going to be a cold game.
Is it just one game tonight?
Been removing the snow off the field.
Okay, that must be it.
I mean,
Hamilton
of
Porter,
the playoff games, I think that's the one tonight. Yeah.
Hamilton Porter also says, fun fact of the day, Cowboys have won a Super Bowl more recently than the 49ers. Okay.
You just said that to be hurtful, and wow. Because that's basically, outside of the fact that Jerry Jones owns the Cowboys, that's like the biggest thing about the Cowboys is how long it's been since they last won a Super Bowl.
Guess what? My Colts won a Super Bowl in 2007.
It's nice.
It's all I have. It's all I have.
I would hang on to that too if I could have that also.
So can we get back to LeBron James saying stuff?
Sure.
So LeBron James said some stuff. Somebody was talking to him about the current state of affairs in the NBA. And he's like, a lot of effing threes. That's what's happening. He says something had to change. I wasn't part of a committee. It's different, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. So, anytime you make some kind of change, there's going to be blowback. He says, I don't know. I got my ideas. What could possibly work? What are you talking about? What was he talking about? Was he talking about the All-Star game?
Yeah.
He says it's not just the All-Star game. It's our game in general. A lot of effing threes being shot. So it's a bigger conversation than just the All-Star game. Nobody's fighting about this. I don't know what he's talking about. So
I don't disagree with him. I mean,
but there's a lot of threes, but it doesn't ruin the game. It's just part of the game.
It's part of the game, but it's just a different game now than it used to be.
Well,
and Iman Shumpert, I think, said it better than anybody. It's a different game to where it's not the game I grew up loving. It's a different. You used to be able to play out of the post more in that game. The mid-range game didn't die completely. Teams don't shoot mid-range jumpers the way they used to. They don't play out of the post because the three-point shot is king. It's statistically the best shot that you can take. And so all the analytics point to teams taking that or trying to draw fouls. And that's the game now. and in a lot of ways it's good because like the spacing is out there and you can see like the moves that people have to be able to get to the basket. They've got more room to operate, but also sometimes it was just really cool to watch somebody post somebody up, be able to finish over either shoulder. I miss that era of the game. That's one reason why, for whatever reason, I don't care that, people are uninterested. I like the WNBA because they still play that way. Like they still play the form of basketball I like.
Why? Why do they still do that when statistically shooting threes is a better way to win?
I just think that people didn't grow up. I think Caitlin Clark's about to change all of this for the WNBA, so whatever. But people didn't grow up watching like Steph the way that way, because the best player in the WNBA, the best players, I think, are still the post players. They're still your centers, your forwards. So like the people coming up through the game are still playing that style. The NBA, look at the best players; they're almost all guards.
Well, do you think that the women's game doesn't shoot as many threes because there's not as many 3-point shooters, at least right now in the WNBA?
I mean, to a degree, but that's like even that's changing. Like I'm starting to see the number of threes go up. It's not just Caitlin Clark; it's Sabrina Ionescu. There's a bunch of players that just that just shoot the lights out. And I'm looking at the college game for the women's game, and like that next generation of players coming in, they shoot a boatload of threes. So that's not going to last over there either. But
I guess that's what I was alluding to. I mean,
they're just a little bit behind.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Remember back when we were talking about this before, and I was like, it's a die by. You live by the three, you die by the three. And what I don't understand is when the threes aren't falling, why are they not reverting back to just get in there and get a two, get a mid range, just get your shooting going, and then start doing the threes? Because there was that game between the Lakers and the Suns, about a month ago, and then somebody was posting on that, and they're like, "Why don't you watch the NBA anymore? This is why." And it showed how Phoenix and LA went back and forth, missing threes like 9 times. Nothing happened. It was just brick, 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 brick. And everybody's like, "Oh my God, somebody go to the basket." So
and I'm going to turn into the basketball equivalent of Randy White, but this is analytics ruining the game. The analytics say the 3-point shot is the best shot, to the point where you can miss more threes and still end up ahead if you make even one of them, before your opponent makes a 2. And so like, that's just where we're at, like people are chasing that ghost of Steph Curry back in 2016 when the Warriors started shooting more threes. And ever since then, you look at the teams that won the NBA title, they are among the top of the league in 3-pointers attempted, which includes the Boston Celtics, who have shot more threes in the last 2 years than any team ever in any 2-year span in the history of the NBA. Like that's the winning formula now. So teams just do it.
I'm honored that Keon has turned into me for the NBA.
For the NBA.
Nobody ever turns into me for anything.
Well, I mean,
maybe something, but
I turn into you all the time.
But
tell me to get off you, and
I don't like it when you do that. I really wish you'd stop doing that. So I'm going to pose the question. The question is coming next, but before I get to that, I guess Adam Silver has said, "Well, we're not going to do anything to reduce this." He's like, the league will look at it. He says, we'll look more holistically at concerns about style of play, blah, blah, blah. Basically, we ain't doing nothing. But is there even anything you can do? I don't believe that there is. This is just the nature of the game. There was a 3-point shot before. And so it's.
Yeah, but once upon a time, we didn't have a 3-point shot.
How far back was that?
Yeah, long time ago.
Right. It's so far back, nobody can remember. But I'm probably not even color pictures of it.
But I'm only saying that to say there are things you can do. You can move the 3-point line. You can move it back to make it a riskier shot to take.
All right.
To change that, you can. And they've talked about this, but nobody likes it. And I'm glad that nobody likes it. You can add a 4-point line. I would hate that. I would hate that a lot. But like that's been discussed as well. Like a shot that's even riskier. That's going to punish teams at least a little bit for not being able to shoot it. I don't know exactly what the solution is myself.
I think we've already said it. Move the 3-point line out. But see, problem is you can't do the corner 3 that you can't move that line any more than it's already is.
Yeah, it would basically eliminate the corner three.
I've got it. Make the courts wider.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just trying to move that three line back.
Because if you make the court wider, then you end up with like the soccer problem. One of the reasons why soccer looks
Make it taller.
What it looks like is that the field is wide as hell.
5 feet off the ground. I don't know. I don't have all the answers here.
No, nobody really does. Like, I don't think that there is a clear, easy fix to this. And there is some level of like, maybe just let it play out and get back around. Like, you know, the NFL teams started really throwing the football to the point where the running game started to disappear. But we're starting to see a lot of teams run the football again because defenses got smaller to defend the passing, which means that if you have Derrick Henry, now you're just too tiny to tackle some of these guys. So now that you're starting to get it cyclical, like maybe that the NBA does figure that out on its own and you don't have to legislate anything at all. Like, I don't know. I genuinely, I'm right there with everybody else going,
Just
I don't know.
Do nothing.
Change this because it's not exactly a problem. The scoring is high.
Except people don't like this style of play as much as maybe they did before.
Like
that's the only problem.
Thing is, like, people like me don't like it. Kids love it.
You're still watching
it. You know, like if you're in your teens, early 20s, this is the basketball you know. So
because back in my day,
you're sitting there going LaMelo Ball.
Back in my day,
you're watching LaMelo Ball and this new wave of guys that clearly grew up watching Steph. This is what you get.
Hamilton Porter says, swing the pendulum all the way back. Get rid of the 3-point line.
I've heard that discussed, and like people would still shoot long shots. Like it wouldn't go away. But you wouldn't have this stress of, because it is kind of arbitrary, right? Like the 28 feet is worth 3 points, but
you just be back to the mid range.
At 27 feet, it's 2.
Right. You'd be back to the mid range. Maybe somebody pops off and takes a shot from where the 3-point line used to be, just because nobody's on them yet. So it would be minimal. I mean, it would just still be, most people would be moving in for a layup, a dunk, or a mid range. I think that's what it all kind of slide back to. I don't think they would do that.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, is there anybody in the NBA, in your opinion, Keon, that cannot dunk the basketball?
There's some guys that can't.
There are a few, and I've
fat guys and short guys,
and Steph can, but he barely gets there.
He doesn't see the need to.
He doesn't have to.
This is my preface about what I was going to say. I mean, I recommend moving the baskets up at the NBA level and moving the 3-point line back.
Make the baskets taller. That's not fair. I made a recommendation to make baskets shorter, and I got attacked left, right, and beyond. People I didn't even know.
I don't know why that makes the game better. Now guys can't dunk. Like I don't know. I don't see how that makes the game better.
It just makes it more difficult to shoot the 3-point now.
Okay, but it makes it difficult to shoot everything, and so teams are still going to shoot the shot that gets more points.
It's not fair. WNBA people are not coming after Randy. That's right. You have no idea how much crap I took for that 5 years ago.
I'm pretty sure the only person that gave you a ton of crap the last time we talked about it was me.
No. This is before you.
Really?
The first time I brought it up, it was on a tweet. And I end up having to apologize to a lot of people.
And every time Shaq brings it up, he gets jumped on.
Wait, he brings it up too?
Shaq brings it up all the time. He was
him and I should get together on this.
Shaq was on Angel Reese's podcast and talked about it, and she said absolutely not. And then
lower the rim so they can dunk.
No.
So if it's a more fun game,
if you want to dunk, figure it out. Dunking does not make
allowed to give each other boosts.
There's actually 2 or 3 dunks in a game. It doesn't make it more fun.
How about this? Can they give each other boosts?
No.
Like some girl starts running up, the other one ready.
No.
Puts her hand down.
It's
pushes her up there.
Rules. You cannot do it. No, thank you. No.
I'm just trying to help. No. I mean, when I say it, everybody's mad. Randy says it's like
nobody ever said they hate the WNBA because there aren't enough dunks.
Well, I did. I said I'd watch more if they could dunk. All right, listen. We got to take a break. We come back. There's a lot of people with opinions on this, and none of them will probably be any good, but we'll read them anyway. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
You look amazing. What have you been doing?
You've heard of Ozempic, Wegovy, and the other GLP-1 medications, right? Well, I found this great company called Zelfie. If you qualify, their providers can prescribe medications like Ozempic and Wegovy and other GLP-1 medications that are 80 to 90% less expensive, all 100% online.
I can get GLP-1 medications for 80 to 90% less and do it all online? No doctor's office or pharmacy?
Yes, Zelfie can help provide you with semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less.
How do I get started with Zelfie?
Just send them a text.
Text correct to 200-300 to get started today with Zelfie to see if you're eligible. Get the same active ingredients in Wegovy or Ozempic, but for 80 to 90% less and 100% online. Don't wait. Text correct to 200-300 right now for a link to your exclusive offer. Text correct to 200-300. Correct to 200-300.
Let's play Bet Your Life. It's the game show where you gamble not only your life, but those of your passengers and fellow drivers when you get behind the wheel after drinking.
If only it was just a game. It only takes one bad decision to change your life forever. Getting behind the wheel after you've been drinking is one of them. Don't play games that nobody can win. Drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
It's fall football season, and Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is doubling down. Now with 2 Valley locations. When it comes to Asian cuisine, no one does it better and more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppan chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy Hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on their Asian-inspired comfort food like Korean steak tacos, Mongolian barbecue ribs, and signature Wagyu beef sliders. Always a memorable dinner, or catch the game in a bite at the bar at Kasai. Now with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road in Thunderbird and in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppan.com. That's Kasai Teppan.com, or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller. And Miller reverses it up and in. And he's fouled. Holy moly.
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
If it's local, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatics.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Oh, geez. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with me. There's so many texts on the text line, and I just stood up and I looked at it. I just felt like, God damn it, this Christmas carolers. God, why do they want to bother me right now? I'm just like, no, what is wrong with you? You ask them to text in and tell you things. I'm just, can we just turn off the porch light? Let's just. How do you feel when you get carolers? Randy, do you get like, oh, open the door, let's listen, or do you just feel like, let's turn on the sprinklers? I
never get carolers, so
really
never.
Okay, how about you, Keon? You ever get the carolers?
No, not in a long time.
That's weird. Why? I wonder why not. Did they stop caroling in the poor neighborhoods? Is that what this is?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. In this economy.
No, it's free. What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying Christmas cheers on an
an
all-time low.
You would think that it'd start with caroling and end with a home invasion, but hey, I'm not going to tell people how to do their jobs. I'm just not.
That's fair.
So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, we got a crap ton of texts. I got to read these. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Says, just joining the broadcast now. I have no interest in the regular season since so many teams make the playoffs. Scale the number of who'd qualify, pack, and make the games mean something again. I don't
It's a great
understand
idea,
that
but I mean,
math on this. Is he right with the math on this?
That a bunch of teams make the playoffs. Like about half the league makes the playoffs, I guess. I mean, but it's always been that way.
If it's always been that way,
and
what are
I-
you talking about then?
And I don't count the play-in games as the playoffs. That's
I hate
just-
the playing games.
Those are that's you're playing for 7 and 8. When was the last time an 8 seed or a 7 seed in the NBA did anything really? It rarely happens, if ever. Like those aren't the playoffs. Those are just extra games, like the NBA
true.
Cup. It just they're there.
Sir Drives a Lot says foul hunting, flopping. I think that's what's killing the game. Yeah, nobody asked you. We're not talking about that. Sir Drives a Lot.
I mean, you're not wrong, but the reason why the foul hunting is a thing is also analytics. It's because the two best shots on the floor analytically are first the 3-point shot, and then if you can't get that, going to the basket and getting fouled is the next highest percentage thing that you can do.
I apologize, Sir Drives a Lot. I don't know why I was just abusive to you. I just feel like
Sir Drives a Lot was just catching.
Yeah, I know. I think we did ask. I think we did. Just the Tip says, take away the 3-point line. Wait, it came in. It can go out, right? NBA would be better, more fun to watch with 2 points per basket. I don't know. I don't know. What's better, getting rid of it or moving it further out?
well, if you get rid of it, then they're not going to be standing out there shooting threes all day long. They're going to be forced to go to the basket or do the mid-range shot and have to, they have to move to the basket to get points.
And you can still shoot from that range. Like you're still going to put stress on a defense, but now it's not analytically an advantage. So you have to be more careful about when you take a very long two.
Swazman says, Jeffrey, remember the old saying, shoot or shoot? Unlike players like Dennis Rodman, rarely shot the ball, but he did. He was good at even in an NBA format. Yeah, he took out the garbage. That's what he did. And he got under there and he got rebounds like crazy. And then when he did, he take out the garbage.
And like you have guys like the great Pistol Pete Maravich, who played before the 3-point line, but was a great shooter from distance. Like it's not, it wouldn't go away, but you'd have an entirely different skill set. Yeah.
There'd be less of it. Bear Claw says, I was listening driving home from work yesterday when each of you were picking the games. Okay. But we didn't talk about, I don't know, who talked about a parlay? I don't think we, okay, Bear Claw. Bear Claw, okay.
Oh, is he still on that?
I don't know what he's saying.
Let it
I was
go,
talking
Bear
about
Claw.
the odds.
Let it go.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, my team hasn't won the Super Bowl in 27 years. It's about to be 28. Yeah. No, you're right.
My team has never won the Super Bowl. They won the championship back in the 40s. I don't want to hear anything.
My team won in 2007.
My team won in 1992. I was 2.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's before my oldest son was born. Yeah.
Oh God.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, here's what you do. Do it like what they do at the fair. Make the basket smaller.
Why?
The ball can't go in. Tonk, tonk, tonk. That's a horrible idea. Fighting Wampa says, make goaltending legal on 3-point shots.
No, I don't know if I like that, because that's just the laziest way to play defense. I'm just going to wait for you to shoot it then. Now I just don't have to play perimeter defense.
They call the guy in the basket the goalie.
I do like defense. I would still like teams to play that.
Aiton's Army says, raise the rim so high that only Wemby can dunk. And then you're going to end up with a bunch of alien-looking dudes in the NBA. Yeah. It's all gangly into the.
Can someone find Taco Fall? We got to bring him back.
You'd have parents putting their kids on the rack to stretch them so they could be NBA players.
Regal Beagle says, instead of a U shape, make the 3-point line C-shaped and eliminate 3-pointers from the corners.
Because the corner 3 is a shorter shot.
Oh,
it's worth the same amount of points.
Regal is addressing what I said about what to do on those corners, and I like your idea. What do you think? I like that idea.
I like it better than some of the other ideas.
It's because it's not a C shape, by the way. It's a parentheses shape.
A little bit, yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah, it is. It is. I like the thing I like about that shot is that the corner 3, it never made any sense to me that here's this shot that is shorter than the other versions of a 3-point shot that you can shoot, but it's still worth 3, just seems very arbitrary to me to just have it.
No, Regal Beagle, you get a good idea sticker of the day. That's like the best idea we've heard. Well, the rest of you idiots are horrible. What is wrong with you?
Oh my God. I did not say that. I let the record show.
Sir Drives a Lot says, get Jeffrey a Snickers.
I
Yeah,
know,
Probably,
right?
probably. Yeah. I apologize to, well, anyone who's not an idiot. The rest of you, it just stands. Slow-mo Zoe says, put some trampolines by the basket. They'll be able to dunk then. On a serious note, do you think changing the shot clock in the NBA would help? Yeah, instead of digital, you make it analog. It's, are you saying these millennials and Gen Zs or whatever can't read actual clocks? They'll be
There
very
it is.
confused.
I like it, Jeffco.
Good idea, Slow-mo Zoe.
Yep.
Or should we just make them longer?
I think you meant
Shorter?
shorten the
Oh.
NBA, the shot clock, which
nah.
I think
I don't
20,
know.
I think
What do they
24
have,
seconds is fine.
24?
Yeah.
About 25 seconds.
I don't see what difference that would make. Like,
Just make Slow-mo Zoe happy.
if you're-
Just another
if you're-
second.
Are you saying add time to it or take time away from it?
If I say
Take time away.
25 seconds, I mean just
Make it
minutes.
14 seconds.
What do you mean
Right.
him? I don't know what he wants. He didn't say.
Because you
The
can,
hell's wrong with you, Slow-mo Zoe? Which
you
way
know,
do you want it?
you can still take an awful. You can still take an awful 3.
I'm going to start swinging at listeners. I'm just going to
I know, yeah, it's just you're lashing out at everybe. I've turned it to
Who's
Randy.
up next?
Yes. You've turned it to me, so I'm assuming that at some point Randy's going to start saying things that you say.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Bring it next Monday. That's all I got to say. Moldy Tuna Fish says, are there going to be shows next week? I need something to listen to when I'm doing my last minute shopping on Monday and Tuesday. Good news, bad news. There will be a show Monday. There will not be a show Tuesday. There will not be a show Wednesday. There will be a show Thursday. There also is going to be a show Friday. That's all I'm going to say. Come around and get your ass kicked then. Bring your best stuff. Against the Spread says perimeter defense has drastically become terrible in the NBA. If you watch college basketball, they contest the 3 ball. Maybe NBA defensive coaching has become worse. I'm going to pause in the middle of his text. I think the problem with defending the 3 is it's really become easy for the players to draw foul when shooting a 3. And so people give a little extra space, try to keep it from becoming a 4-point play.
Or just 3 free throws. Like as good as Steph
If
Curry
you're
is,
shooting, how's that work? How does it become a 4-point play?
if you shoot it and make it.
If you shoot it and make it, that's right.
Which guys like Steph do all the time. James
And then
Harden
you
does
get
it all the
another
time.
shot. That's what, okay, I was right.
Yeah. But then
Don't
also,
yell at me.
Steph
Don't
is like,
yell at me.
like at his peak was like a 96% free throw shooter. So even if he didn't make the shot, you gave up 3 points, and it might have actually been harder for him to just shoot the 3.
See, I think they need to revamp the officiating of these games too, because a lot of these games are ticky tack little fouls.
Yeah.
They need to be slow on the whistle unless it's a flagrant. You know what I mean?
Bring back the hand check.
Yeah, let the hand check come back and quit blowing a whistle on the superstar. You know, when the superstar touches the ball. You know, you just let these guys play ball.
Against the Spread also said maybe the NBA defensive coaching has become worse. Maybe players are lazy now on defense, or the hand checking foul affected the NBA refs to call more fouls on contested 3-point shots. Either way, it's easier to make an open 3, and the NBA allows open 3s due to bad defense.
Yeah, but I don't think that the defenders got worse. It's that their job got harder. It's the last thing you said. It's the officiating. The fact of the matter is if you breathe on a guy, it's a foul. What are you supposed to do?
Especially the superstars.
Yeah, like
especially after COVID.
You're not.
Well,
it's not laziness if you know that you actually put your team in a worse position by playing better defense.
Well, there's like 15 people trying to text. Could you guys just take a damn break? Yeah. All right. So when we come back, we'll continue this. But eventually I want to move on to other things, or I don't know. Maybe you guys can get a hobby. I'm just, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on here.
Did you just tell us to go get a hot dog? What did you say?
God, I haven't had a hot dog in a couple of years now.
Really?
Yeah.
I get them at the Costco all the time.
Wife stopped buying them. I told her
Lucky.
to. Just like I read about what was in them. I'm like, oh God. So I still want to eat one. Hour 2 is next. So there.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
My pain is considerable, but that prescription is dangerous.
The side effects of my medicine are worse than my condition.
I'm in recovery. I can't take those pills.
When faced with a health crisis, you shouldn't have to choose between risks.
At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our medical doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves immediate physical symptoms without having you take a bunch of pills. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time
for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And, all right, so in the last hour, we started this conversation just because LeBron James was saying, oh, my God, there's a lot of threes. And we started talking about, well, what could make it better? What could make it more like the game that we used to watch? But I don't have a problem with the way the game is now personally. But there's times I think, it'd be nice to see them driving to the basket more, taking some more mid-range shooters and, whatever. And then we started this whole thing. And, well, now I got like 20 people on the text line that have something to say about it. So I'm just going to take it from one point to the other. And then at some point, we will all go on with our lives. So Hamilton Porter says, analytics have ruined sports across the board.
Thank you.
Is that true? I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if it's true. And I don't think that analytics necessarily ruined basketball. Like, the version of basketball that we have is still a good version of basketball. Like, I still enjoy watching it. I, watch the NBA every day, but the fact is it's not the version that I love the most. That's all.
I don't know if it's ruined sports across the board, but it has put a ding in a couple. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
There's a couple like baseball.
Yeah, and like even some of the NFL stuff where you see guys like Dan Campbell being insanely persistent about going for it on fourth down, like that's an analytics thing. That's the analytics say you go for it on fourth down or you go for 2 in these scenarios, and your odds of winning increase by whatever percent. Like, it's an analytics thing.
I like analytics when it works, but I'm pissed about it when it doesn't.
That's the issue.
Random texter says, my team won last year. My team won the year before. My team won 2 years prior to that. I got a pretty good chance of winning again this year.
What do you do?
Is it a riddle? And is the answer to the riddle that your name is Ralph? What are we?
No, it's a random texter. He's a Chiefs fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fair.
All right.
It's fair. Jonesy says fouls. Okay. Too political. 8 seed teams making play ends. They don't do anything, so I even have the game. The cup is a lazy attempt to get views. Are these all different things?
These are different thoughts in one thought.
I've never seen anything political in an NBA game. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, he's talking about superstars getting calls that the rest of the people don't get.
That's political?
I mean, inside of the context of the sport. Yeah, I mean, it's driven by the internal politics of the NBA, which is that superstars are favored. Fine, sure.
I didn't realize they called that politics.
Yeah, I mean, it's a contextual thing. But like, I do think that when you're talking about the play-in games, you can hate it all you want to. There are fewer teams tanking at the end of the year because they have a chance to actually make the playoffs. That's just a good thing.
Against the Spread says, wow, Jeffrey, you're in a heater today, brother. Did the carolers finally go away? It must be tough dealing with that. So stay strong, buddy. I always thought carolers were an urban legend. Now I know they're real. Yeah. Thoughts and prayers. I could take all of the thoughts and prayers right now. Devil Hawk says, Randy, you live long enough. The Cardinals will be the Chicago Cubs of football. And when you say Cardinals haven't won a championship since the 40s, they're going to say, you mean 2040s or 1940s?
Thanks.
Randy right there is trying to decide whether it's worth living that long for. My team won in 2007.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well,
Sun Devil Raul says, Jeffrey, didn't you get that lower NBA rim 9 feet idea from me? No. He said, I threw it up to you guys like 5 years ago. No, I said this in a tweet and got in a lot of trouble. Had nothing to do with you.
He did get in a lot of trouble.
It might have been 7 years ago that I got in trouble. But you may have texted it. I'm not saying you didn't, but I'm just saying, I already got put through the ringer for that one. But I still stand by it. Baker's Cocky Hen says, okay. Make goaltending legal when shooting threes, but in order to block it, you have to be a certain distance outside of a circle under the hoop. Jeez,
why
now it's getting complicated.
Or are we really gonna ask and trust NBA officials with that now too? The calls they have to make, they're already bad at making.
No, Baker's Hockey Hens clearly wants you to be on the honor system.
Yeah, not. I just don't trust NBA officials to make that particular call.
On the honor system.
Yeah.
Sorry if I have no faith in that particular establishment.
I mean, it was an idea.
Let's just give them more influence over a game that already has a lot of subjectivity in it.
You promised. Bullseye says, good news, guys. Food and Drug Administration on Friday approved the weight loss drug Zepbound to treat obstructive sleep apnea. Ooh. It's the first prescription medication approved to treat the common sleep disorder. I suffer greatly from this, so I'm looking forward to using it. Holy bleep balls. Me too. I'll try it because I can't wear the pap smear thing on your face. I can't put that on. I tried it and it was horrible. I can't do it. Also, I'm fat. So I got, if it takes care of weight loss and sleep apnea, I'm in.
Ching.
We're gonna hold on here. Everybody, stop the show. Stop the show. Copy.
I just did the weight loss part of that because I was reading that it does reduce the sleep apnea and I have other health issues that run in my family that losing weight would have helped. So I just went ahead and did that.
You've done Zepbound?
No.
Or you just copied and pasted this?
No, I didn't do Zepbound. I just lost weight by going to the gym. This is the first time hearing about Zepbound. That would have been nice to hear about.
That's worse than having to hear from a hipster.
Like,
I lost weight. I went to the gym.
Yeah, I did also mention that,
my jerk.
My like there's some people who can be fat and like fine. The moment I reach a certain weight, my body is like, it's time for me to try to kill you. You can't sleep. Your blood sugar is just stupidly high, and your blood pressure, it's like a 60-year-old person's blood pressure.
Can I
and you're
just
34.
say, just say, if you're a person who's lost weight by going to the gym and eating healthy and working out, just be quiet.
Why?
Because the rest of us don't want to hear it.
If I had known about this, I'd have done that. If Ozempic wasn't even a thing when I started going to the gym, I would have just done that.
Oh, tried that. Made me dizzy.
Oh,
so I don't know. Hopefully this won't. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just got hope. I got hope. Don't take it from me.
I guess one of the side effects of the Ozempic is also the diarrhea.
Is also the diarrhea.
Oh, I don't mind that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
you get the diarrhea.
That's just another good weight loss.
I'm not bragging. I'm saying I wish I had the easier route available to me when I started.
You know what, Keon? You go. You do.
But I'm already here now.
I don't want to hear about the working out and the healthy blah blah blah.
He's just grouchy today.
I'm not enjoying it. It's just I have to do it though.
Pump that iron.
This seems really judgy.
It
not. Feels really. I feel judged.
At no point do I ever tell anybody what they need to do. If you want to and can and need to, go do it. If you don't, don't.
I don't know if that's going to improve the game. Moist One. He says, make him play naked.
That really won't improve anything.
It'll improve it for him.
Just you, though.
He says, how about a 15-second shot clock? That'd be interesting.
Would it?
Probably too fast. Probably too fast.
There is a level of strategy to basketball that you have to play. And 15 seconds, like what play could you run? That's like one set, maybe?
Oh, here he is. This is the bet. This is what, okay. Prison Wallet was the one yesterday. It said Chargers at +3 and the over at 36.5. He was asking if we thought he had a chance of winning the bet. Oh, that's right. He says, I'm super glad. That was a high scoring game last night and the Chargers won. Paid me $700.
There you go. Oh, I'm glad.
Who do I have to apologize to?
I'm glad you didn't listen to me.
Who was it? Who was it that brought that up? Now that I need to apologize, whoever you were, get over yourself, Bear Claw.
As I was going to apologize to you, but actually, no.
Now that I think about it, no. I might be sorry. Sir Drives a Lot says Jeffrey versus Jake Paul. Monday. That dude is scary. I can't.
And roided.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, thank you.
I mean, I'll do roids. I'm not like Keon. I'll go do roids. I don't even care. Moldy Tuna Fish says, I'm impressed that you're going to be working next week on Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Yeah. He says, I took the week off from work, but this is why you three are the hardest working guys in radio.
About that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Moving on. The Fighting Wampus says each team is only allowed up to 25 free points a game. That's still 75 points. I don't think that.
You're limiting the amount of 3 points per game for each team.
I don't know if I like that at all.
Yeah, Fighting Wampa, I think that's not going to work.
You should be able to shoot the shots you want to shoot. Mm-hmm. We just have to figure out a way to incentivize you to take certain shots. I don't think that a shot restriction is.
I say raise the rims to 15 feet.
If you're down 7 and you're out of threes for the day, that's not a good watching experience.
Well, now we have a problem. There's two problems, but here's a problem. Slow-Mo Zoe says, I got it. No fouls on 3-point shots. You trying to get dudes killed?
Yeah. Draymond Green is like, I'm going to play for 20 more years.
I think our app just died. Did our app die?
Well, let me double check.
App, yes. Yeah, because all of a sudden I'm getting weird indicators. But okay. Just the Tip says, oh boy, there's a lot going on here. He says, so I'm trying to decipher Just the Tip's text, and I finally figured out why I'm having a hard time deciphering Just the Tip's text. He gets to this one. It says, "I'm in me cups. I'm home safe." He's drunk. He's really drunk. So he says, "Hopefully you can decipher what I mean. Nappy bye." Wow. But here's what he says. Jeffrey, although from parents not rich enough to pay for all accepted letters in his name, very good moderator. Randy, stud smoker of meat, fabulous lover of dogs, and greatest laugh outside of Ed McMahon. Awesome, great addition. He's not an addition. He's been on the show this entire time. Keon, decade or more of working his ass off. He's been here 3 years.
3 years. I guess he means my entire career, which I guess is a decade-long career. I guess.
He says, "I only have limited to listen, golf, gun range, music studio. When I get the chance, y'all are literally the best ever. I have a naturopath, Dr. Heather Smart, willing to not judge anything I tell her that I do. Not sure if I texted the correct show, but still true."
He's living my dream right now.
I want to be this drunk right now.
Me too. I should probably save that, because if Texas loses tomorrow, I want to be this drunk tomorrow.
I just want to be that drunk forever. Yeah, Slow-Mo Zoe says, "Yep, looks like your stream died."
Yeah, I checked. It's
well, the YouTube is still running, so we got that going for us. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't have time to go fiddle with that thing. It'll be back.
Yeah, I'm in me cups.
I'm in me cups.
Give me me cups.
That's a great texter nickname.
I wonder if Money Radio
I'm in me
is
cups.
working. Is Money Radio working?
Can
you check that one?
Let me see.
Just go to there. Yeah, see if they're working. Sorry, everybody. I guess the apps are in me cups. I mean me cups. Arrgh. I've got me a drink. I'm in me cups. Seems like a Sydney Sweeney joke is in there somewhere too, but I'm just going to move on.
Leave that alone. Also, 1510's down.
Okay, well that means it's the company, it's not us. So then there's nothing I can do. Mr. Wilbur says basketball needs old school rules. Shirts and skins. Call your own fouls.
No blood, no foul.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
No.
Too much on the line.
Draymond Green,
plays
in a league where there are people who call your fouls for you.
Yeah.
And he still decided that he was going to springboard off of Domantas Sabonis' chest in the middle of a playoff game. So I don't think that's a great idea. There are some guys that would commit actual homicides if you allow them to.
Even though Draymond kicked some guy in his Ginobili's, and you think he's going to say, "That wasn't a foul. I didn't do that." It's like, yeah. Come on. Come on. Call your own foul. Elzar of the Mountain says, "Just go basketball rules. A lot more humorous." You know, I never did see that movie.
Me neither. I actually don't know the basketball rules.
It's done by the guys who makes South Park. It's like a comedy sports movie. But it's just,
I've heard of it. I've just never
saw like a few minutes of it, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Rye Guy says, "Oh yeah, well my team will never win. Go Chargers."
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
He also has an idea about the three. He says, "How about every time you shoot from the corner three, some dude may or may not shoot you with a blow dart gun." So there's a chance you can get hit by a blow dart. You might not.
At that point,
but there's always a chance.
Eliminate it altogether. This is at what point?
with the deadly Tsetse dart.
That's just
well, Mike, we lost another one.
It's like you're down 3 players because they all got darted. I don't know that's.
There'll have to be a draft every 2 months.
Right, guys? Are they deadly darts?
Yeah, he didn't say that, but he did say You guys forget just running to the store this time of year is a goddamn nightmare. So many people everywhere all the time. Shelves in the stores are bare. Tries me Irish patience. Don't forget anything. Oh, thank God you dudes are on to ease my pain. Should we tell them? I'm starting to feel just no. Yeah. The Daily Blender will be on next week.
Yes.
The Jet says, now I understand why Jeffrey can't fall asleep. If I was trying to get a pap smear every night, I couldn't sleep either.
Well,
hey, what?
the CPAP smear machine.
There's no smear. It's just a CPAP machine.
No, I smeared all. Just
okay. Well, I don't think you're using it correctly. Is the issue there?
Hefty Lefty. Hefty Lefty.
Go down there.
That's not supposed to be how that works at all.
Feels good. It is hard to sleep with it down there.
It's just that's not
a nice breeze.
It just doesn't
going through my hair.
It just doesn't quite get to your lungs if you do it that way, which is kind of the point. All right.
Yeah, the colder it gets, the looser it fits. I don't know what's going on. Why can't I breathe? Hefty Lefty says, you should start juicing, Jeffrey. Put on muscle, and it'll burn more calories while you're at rest. Plus, the smaller grapes will make your stock look bigger. I'm listening. He says, by the way, a shorter shot clock would increase the bad shots and more up and down track meet style ball with more misses. Okay.
Who said anything about adding the misses to the game?
I don't think we need our wives in this. There's no reason to bring them up. Prison Wallet says there's absolutely no need for an apology. Extremely grateful. You were all wrong. Oh, we weren't apologizing to you. We were apologizing to the guy I berated earlier.
Yeah, no. Congratulations.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not sorry for telling you. You asked a question, and every time someone asks one of those questions, I always answer it exactly like this. What I would do is, because I'm not telling you what to do. It's still up to you. That's your responsibility what happens next.
Sounds like you're telling me what to do.
Well, I'm not.
I feel like you are. And so, of course, blame will be levied later. Bear Claw says, apology accepted. I don't think I like your attitude, Bear Claw. What apology?
Might be rescinded. Maybe.
Swazman says, obviously, I'm a pet sitter. Obviously. And I'll be working every day of the holidays. But I must say, I've convinced the animals to sit and watch football and have a beer with me. So it'll be easy work. That'll be awesome. Wednesday, you got 2 games. Thursday, you got a game. Saturday, you got games. Sunday, you got games. Hell, this Saturday, you got games. Yeah, we got games coming out of Keisters. Random Texture says, do you think the shirts and skins would increase the WNBA's audience even more? Not for Mr. Wilbur.
Oh, God. And to be honest, if you can't increase your audience viewing based on the basketball itself, no.
You can see boobs other places.
Yeah, there's a whole World Wide Web for that.
Whistling Gerbil, he's all haggard. He's all, I was accidentally down the dial. That place is awful.
Came back shell-shocked.
How do you accidentally end up down the dial?
Did you accidentally push like a preset?
Here's what you do, Whistling Gerbil. You just set all of your presets to 1580 or 99.3 FM. That's how you do that. And you'll never accidentally find yourself down the dial. We should have counselors on standby.
Yeah. Counselors are standing
for when people accidentally find their selves down the dial. Poor bastard. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, let's talk about something else. I've been trying to talk about something else for like 40 minutes. Okay? So let's do that. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. And it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
In most countries of the world, Porte means door. United Porte Custom Doors, located in the Scottsdale Airport Design District, is now open with over 40,000 European doors, all in stock, ready for delivery, and at wholesale prices. Designers, contractors, builders, and yes, you. Come see our showroom on Greenway Hayden Loop. That's United Porte, Porte. Stop by to see and feel the quality at United Porte Custom Doors. Find us at uporte.com. That's uporte.com.
It's fall football season, and Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is doubling down. Now with 2 Valley locations. When it comes to Asian cuisine, no one does it better and more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppan chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on their Asian-inspired comfort food like Korean steak tacos, Mongolian barbecue ribs, and signature Wagyu beef sliders. Always a memorable dinner, or catch the game and a bite at the bar. At Kasai, now the 2 locations, Scottsdale Road in Thunderbird and in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppan.com. That's KASAI Teppan.com, or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
Let's play Bet Your Life. It's the game show where you gamble not only your life, but those of your passengers and fellow drivers when you get behind the wheel after drinking.
If only it was just a game. It only takes one bad decision to change your life forever. Getting behind the wheel after you've been drinking is one of them. Don't play games that nobody can win. Drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
This Saturday, it's an NFL doubleheader on the Fanatic.
The Texans are safely in the playoffs, having secured their second division title since 2018-19. Meanwhile, the question in Kansas City is, how is number 15's ankle? Find out when the Texans take on the reigning Super Bowl champs live Saturday morning at 10:30.
You're home for live NFL action, the playoffs, and Super Bowl 59. 1580 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Good news, Randy. Big George has just sent the word down that the charges have been dropped.
I'm very happy to hear that. Thanks, Big George, for all your efforts on that.
Randy, but for future reference, just don't yell theater in a crowded fire. That's just they don't want you to. They just don't want you to do that.
It's good advice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I almost hesitate to keep talking basketball, but there's just some weird stuff going on. It's not even all the threes. Bob Mazzulla might need some counseling. He went crazy. Do you see this? He just went absolutely nuts after a game. The Celtics got a couple of technical fouls in the loss to the Bulls. But when you read when you hear why, it does bring up some questions. He says, he says, I went over to the ref and he said, well, wait a second. You called the tech for no reason. The ref's like, yeah, you want another one? Say it again. And he's like, you gave us a tech for no reason. Bam, here's another tech. So he was very upset about this. He had to be held back by a couple of assistants. It did look a little bit like hold me back kind of thing. Like he didn't really want to go over there. You know what I mean? He looked like he wanted to murder the guy, but I felt like he could have got by those guys if he wanted.
I think he was, because Joe Mazzulla is not, he's not a player at this point. So he's clearly mad. He's clearly heated. I think he did want to go over there, but I don't think he was trying to fight him.
He could have got through those assistants if he wanted.
Yeah, but I think the reason why he didn't is because he wasn't looking to fight. He was just looking to yell at the guy. So when people are holding you back from that, like, hey, don't make this worse than it already is. Don't let this boil over into something else. Okay, fine. I'll let you guys be the cooler heads. But just the interviews I've seen about Joe Mazzulla, I don't think that he is the kind of person to pretend that kind of thing.
Well, I didn't say he was pretending to be mad. I'm just saying he was He could have got through those guys
if he wanted to, but
He coulda.
I don't think that he really wanted to fight. I think
he didn't want that smoke.
I think he wanted
He
the
didn't want-
explanation of he wanted the explanation. Like if Joe Mazzulla got his hands on that referee, he would have beat his ass. Like that I believe.
Van Dooney, that guy looks tough.
Does he?
No.
'Cause I was
So
like,
they asked Missoula afterwards. They're like, "Hey, were you trying to kill that guy?" He's like, "No, I hadn't seen him in a while. So I just want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday. You can't let a moment go by where you don't just wish them the best to
Right.
them and theirs."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
he I mean, he was dropping many F-bombs for Merry Christmas. So maybe he was trying to do a Die Hard style.
Well, he was talking about vacuuming your carpet. When you have a
that's-
real
that's-
tree when you vacuum the carpet. Yeah,
That's exactly it. Yeah.
So anyway,
he just wanted to give him some extra words of cheer. That's all.
So Missoula's upset, and then of course, over in the Minnesota, the Knicks are in town, and the Minnesota Timberwolves they're playing a game, and I don't give a crap what happened. But not one, but two fans ran down onto the floor during the game. I think they were friends, a couple of gals, sturdy of nature. That's about and.
What
that's you gotta admit that's a nice way of saying it.
Is it relevant to the
It is
okay.
because these girls come down the steps and they saw them coming, and the one gal, she actually got across the court because this one dude was like holding on to her like a lion holding on to the back of a gazelle. They're like, I drug him with him, and then she takes her down. And then the other one, she got taken down immediately. And Carl Anthony Towns looks down and he's like, God, I've seen this before. This has happened before.
Oh yeah,
and it
somebody
did.
tried to glue themselves to the floor during
A
Timberwolves
couple of years
game.
ago.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, will this ever end? And I have no idea. These girls didn't look like they were protesting. I think they were just drunk and like trying to get on camera or something. And it's nuts. It's nuts. It wasn't even like, can I just give people some advice? If you're going to get tossed out of a game, wait till the fourth quarter. Don't do that right going into the beginning of the half.
Yeah.
So
were they protesting? Did it say?
No, they're just drunk, I think.
Let's go down to the court. I think everybody will love this. It'll be funny. Everybody will laugh. It'll be great.
They took the one girl off. They picked her up. I don't know if she was struggling or what, or just too drunk. They had two guys on the each arm, and then one guy was holding her feet, and they're walking her out like a wheelbarrow.
I was going to say they took her off, all 12 of them.
Yeah, there was a group effort, but yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. Average Joe says, I love how Jeffrey says, when we come back, let's talk about something else. When every 2 minutes, it's something else. That's why my ADHD ass loves this show. Not like the other one down the dial where I need to listen to, what's his name, say the same thing over and over and over for 5 minutes, but just in a different way. We just kind of go along with the flow of a conversation, Average Joe. And I'm glad you appreciate it. I don't think you have to have ADHD. It's just, we don't want to talk anything to death. We don't do that.
Once you've made the point, you can move
What
on.
more is there? We got so much stuff to talk about. I don't understand how other shows struggle. I don't get it. Jim Rome has a huge staff of people, and yet he will beat a dead horse so hard and so long, it will come back to life, live, get married, have kids, and die again, and he'll keep beating that horse.
Don't you mean it'll come to life, have colts, and then die again?
Is this the day you want to F with me?
No, I'm not. No.
Is this the day?
That doesn't seem like
You
something
said
I
a
want to do.
horse.
Is this the day?
I do apologize. I'm sorry.
The Jet says, of all of the stations on the radio dial, you guys are one of them.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Thank you to probably our least favorite texter.
Look, of all the texters on the text line, you're one of them too. We appreciate you.
There are days my finger just hovers over this block button right here. Blockity block block block. Blockity block.
Today is one of those days.
Is this the day you want to F with me? Blockity block block.
This is the most trigger happy I've heard you on the show since I've been working here.
I got a question. I don't know how to pronounce it.
All right.
LOKWUR.
Luke War.
Okay, get this. I need his parents on the phone. That is not how you spell Luke. How do you get? No. It's Loki.
It's not Loki.
Loki?
Help me out here. What? Where? How do you get Luke from LOK? Where is this kid from? If you tell me Baltimore, I'm walking away.
He's not from Baltimore. I'm trying to find the.
He's not from Baltimore. He's from Boston.
LOKWUR.
The answer I'm going to give you, you're not going to like any better.
Oh, okay.
It's from Nebraska.
God damn it. That is even worse. Well, wait. No, I was going to say it's even worse, but let's be honest. There's probably about a handful of people who can spell anything in Nebraska. So no, okay. I'm going to let. Oh no! See, in real life, he's got the two little dots over the O. So
yeah, his family is from South Sudan. Let's see. There we go.
Okay, well he gets a pass for the spelling now. He gets a pass, and there's two little dots over his O that didn't show up in the story because ESPN is dumb. Okay, he's fine. No, I'm not mad anymore. He's also 6'9".
So
I tend not to give people that tall a hard time. Yeah. But anyways, he scored 20 points. You don't usually see his name show up. Oh, by the way, GCU. He plays for GCU. GCU, as expected, beat the totally defeated Chicago State Green Cougars, and he had 20 points. Did they just start the bench last night, or is this a primo player for Grand Canyon?
No, but they use the deeper rotation. But he's been on the team. He is a bench player, but he's a big contributor. I mean, he just usually doesn't do it scoring the basketball. He's usually more of a bigger defensive presence, rebounder, that kind of thing. He just got his opportunity last night to score, and he took full advantage of it and just took over the basketball game.
Yeah. Now I like him. Now that I realize that his parents they're not dumb. He's from another country, and that's how they spell things. And I don't think. Are you sure it's Luke?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine with the dots over the O.
He was the player of the game, so they did talk to him yesterday. Yeah.
And his last name is War?
Yeah, that's how it's pronounced.
Like War? What is it good for?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 20 points a game? No. 20 points a game, Randy. 20 points a game.
Oh, sorry.
That's what it's good for.
I apologize.
8 for 13. 2 of 5 from the 3-point line. So there. Anyway, so they won,
and still a presence on the defensive side of the floor.
I was listening to the pregame for that game, and apparently Coach Drew Bryce Drew has had enough of the lackadaisical attitude there at GCU, and he changed it up to send some messages. According to
wow, that's brave when you do it against an O and everything team.
Well, he did it against Louisiana too, though.
I take it back.
They started off slow.
I'm insulting everybody today.
It was like 3.5 minutes into the game. He didn't like the way that they started. He sent everybody to the bench.
Yeah. All right. Respect.
Now,
respect.
He's pretty consistent about that. If he doesn't see the effort he likes, that's it.
I got somebody else to yell at. The St. Louis Billikens.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I had to look up what a Billiken is.
What's a Billiken?
I have to look it up again. I don't remember.
It's a mythical good luck figure who represents things as they ought to be. In Japan, the Billiken is known as Billiken-san and considered god of luck.
I feel like that was an Expedition Unknown with Josh Gates.
A merkin is something completely different.
That's a make of a Mercury, isn't it?
Sure. Anyway, so Grand Canyon is hosting the St. Louis Billikens.
Yes.
On Sunday at 2 p.m. I don't know what Keon knows about the St. Louis Billikens.
Just that they're a pretty good basketball program. I don't know if they made the tournament last year, but they make it every now and then. Like a couple of years ago, they made it, and that was like back-to-back years for them. I think they had like a pretty decent They made it out of the first couple of rounds once. You know, they're a good program. They're not having the best year this year, but you know, it's not a school that never does anything.
GCU should win, but I think these Billikens can give them a contest.
I think they can, especially the way that GCU's been playing lately, which is that, you know, they want to have a stronger emphasis on shooting the basketball, and they just haven't had consistent games of being able to knock down their 3-point shots. And if that's the way that your team is built and that's the style of basketball you want to play, you do have to make those shots. And they've just been struggling with it this year. You have a bad shooting day against St. Louis, they will beat you. Average Joe says Green Cougars. When you're Average Joe, I call them the Green Cougars because they're just green. They're just called the Cougars. I added the green part. He says, "Oh, well, your school mascot's named after a sick animal. You know you're never going to win."
Well,
no, I threw it on there because it's just green.
It is just a green cougar, yeah.
Just the Tip says, "I'm from 50% Irish, 50% Scottish birth hardcore, which means you'll get drunk but rarely ever tip." That's why I just added that part because that's just true. It's the Scottish side that doesn't tip. Yeah, he says, so I'm in me cups. I'm home, but I'm not driving anywhere. Got some great food cooking on the grill. Not judging, right or wrong, about anything. Should tell you how fed up I am. Angus Kale, James Inreg. Those are the names of my family. Also, my granddad told me walking past a bar in Dublin, 5 dudes beating others senseless, falling out of the front door. He asked if this is a private affair or can anyone jump in. That's Irish. That's the Irish part right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Seahack says, "Merry Christmas, gentlemen. Hope you all enjoy some well-deserved time off." Some of us will. 888-368-1580. It's a good time for a break. I got to figure out why I think so. Well, the stream's not working still, I don't think. Stream went offline. So I'm just going to make sure we paid some bills. I don't know. If both are off, you're sure Money Radio's off too?
Yeah, I pulled up Money Radio, did not hear a thing. So.
Oh, yeah. Wait, well, that don't mean nothing.
Well, come on.
I'm just, yeah, I'll go check. Anyway, what were we saying? Oh yeah, right. Gonna take a break, see if I can sort this out, and then it says we're online. I don't know. That's weird. All right. Well, yeah, we'll be back. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, sports fans, this is Dylan Cohen.
And I'm Keon Rose, and we're bringing you Beat the Book every weekday from 2 to 3 in the afternoon.
So if you want the latest betting picks, advice, and analysis that's sharp as a knife,
or at least sharper than Dylan's last pick on the Cardinals.
Oh, you've got jokes, huh? Maybe you're feeling bold now that your Commanders actually look decent this season.
Hey, even a broken clock's right twice a day, right?
Well, tune in to Beat the Book with us, Dylan Cohen and Keon Rose, every weekday from 2 to 3 on 1580 The Fanatic.
Brought to you by Sport Trade, the newest sports book in Arizona.
At Diamond Dave's Desert Wholesale Diamond,
we offer incredible diamonds, both mined and cultivated, all at amazingly low prices.
Check out these cultivated lab-grown diamond earrings.
2 carats total weight, collection color and lab-grown, only $25.90.
And she'd love this amazing tennis bracelet in natural mined.
4 carats total weight in yellow or white gold, only $39.90.
And how about this diamond chain in cultivated?
12.5 carats total weight, collection color and lab-grown, only $79.90.
And last but not least, especially this year, 1.5 carat floating diamond pendant.
Collection color and lab grown, only $9.90.
Call, email, or message us for an in-person appointment.
Or sit back and relax for free FedEx shipping anywhere in the USA.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450. That's 480-397-2450. Or follow him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The GCU men's basketball squad is coming off their winningest season in 35 years, their third trip to the NCAA tournament in 4 years, and their first ever NCAA tournament victory. Returning 4 of their 5 starters in Ray Harrison, Colin Moore, Duke Brennan, and reigning WAC Player of the Year Tyon Grant Foster, the Lopes look to defend their WAC titles and make a run to the Sweet 16. With a non-conference slate including Stanford, Georgia, and crosstown rival Arizona State, you won't want to miss a moment of the action. So join me, Michael Potter, and Lopes insider Paul Coro all season long, right here on the home of the Lopes, 1580 The Fanatic. Lopes up.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. And it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
You know what we forgot to do
on this date in Big Georgia sports history?
No, we forgot to do the Keon Rose college football dance party thing.
Oh, we forgot to do that Keon Rose college football dance party.
Is it my job to remember and think about everything?
No.
It's not. Just having a good time. I just forgot.
Well, let's do that in the next hour then. 5:20.
Next hour.
5:20. Everybody's buzz will have worn off at 5:20. We'll do
All
it
right.
at 5:20.
So next hour at 5:20.
5:20. Yeah.
20. Next hour.
Well, let's talk about ASU a little bit. Not football, but basketball. Now we've lost 2 games, and we got a game this weekend against Massachusetts Minutemen. Tell me about this game, Keon. Is this another easy game, or is this going to be a challenge?
Let's see. I have to take a look because I haven't actually watched a ton of UMass basketball, and I'm still in a very college football space.
No, I hear you, man.
So,
I get you.
Let's see. You said the game was Saturday. We got let's see. ASU's favored by 9.5 points, so that's nice. UMass 5-7 record. They are hovering around one of the worst offensive units in all of Division I basketball. They're 198th in the country. So I'm going to go ahead and say that they're going to struggle against ASU and struggle a lot. And also, I think the Sun Devils have done a really good job of when they play opponents that can't score. Those are the teams that have the worst time against ASU. Jaden Quaintance is just an absolute wall around the basket. I mean, it's hard to score inside the paint on him. And if you're one of the lowest scoring teams in college basketball, and they are, then you're going to have a really tough time trying to score on the Sun Devils. And I think the Sun Devils have a really, strong offense that, again, it's like it's been the theme of the day, but they kind of live or die with the 3. They're knocking down their shots. They're going to roll.
Okay. All right. Well, I won't worry about them then. So that's all I got left. It's not football. So the rest of the show is going to be football, NFL football, and then in the next hour, of course, the college football dance party. So unless anybody has anything else to say, I got one more thing. Juan Soto is just screwing with people.
Is he?
When they were sitting there negotiating with him, I think that he was on the phone. And I think he was on the phone, and they're like, "Okay, so what is it going to take?" He's like, "Oh, I'm going to need one of your suites." Okay, that's not a problem. We can do that. Yeah, the Yankees are dumb for not doing that. All right. Here's another thing. He says, "Security. I want security for me and my entire family. Whenever it's a home or away, doesn't matter. Want security." They're like, "Yeah, okay, that's reasonable." And they said also, going to need charter flights for my family. They're like, okay. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Also, I need a clothes allowance for my mother. So here's what I see. he was on the phone. They're like, oh yeah, and I want clothes. Oh, we want plane tickets. Oh yeah, don't forget. They're just sitting there telling him stuff like, and he's just throwing it out there just to see what they would and would not. I'm sure Juan Soto just got off the phone and was like, I can't believe they gave us all that. That's
no, I think
crazy.
I don't think so. I think his agent was like, ask for anything. Literally ask for anything.
A clothes allowance for your mother?
Stephen Cohen is worth $21.3 billion.
I wonder how is this all?
He is one of the richest people on earth.
There's no cap, so it doesn't matter. But I wonder how much all this actually ends up being. I mean,
a lot. I mean, my guess is a lot.
He gets a suite at Citi Field for 15 years. You know, he gets 22 Delta Club premium seats and all the other stuff that I just said. That is amazing. He just didn't care. That's what that tells me. In the negotiation, he's just like, what do you guys want? It's a family. Anybody want? Somebody was like, can we get some donuts? He's like, would you just, no, I mean, for the contract. Oh yeah. We can't have donuts. No, they give them free food in the suite. We got you covered on that. What else? Mom's like, I like a nice dress. Okay. We're going to have the clothing allowance for mom. I mean, how fun is that to be, that much on the leverage side?
The team that wants you really bad. And the guy that really wants you has $21.3 billion. If you had $1 billion and you spent $900 a day, you'd have to live 2 lives before you even began to make a dent in it. Like $1 billion is a lot. 21 billion. Yeah. If a guy has leverage over you and asks for anything, you don't even feel it. I don't even think Stephen Cohen realizes that he's not going to notice. That's the reason why he can give all that stuff away. And if you've got the leverage, shoot, ask for it.
Of course, now here's the quote. Soto's immediate family, specifically his mother, appeared to have a soft spot for Cohen. Of course she does.
He's giving her everything she wants. The whole family.
Oh, and by the way, here's a $75 million signing bonus with no money deferred. Wow. Yep.
And a player opt-out. If he thinks he can get more money somewhere else in about 5 years, he could just leave. He could just leave.
I feel pretty good at some stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like Randy, you and I, we're pretty good at some stuff. We've never been that good at stuff.
No,
that we could do that.
No,
it'd be nice.
Nothing I've ever been that good at that I could be like, and then put some clothes on my mom. That's how you know you're on a whole different level from anything and everyone else. You put some clothes on my mom. Okay. Really? I mean, yeah. Wow. Anyway, that's all I've got. That's not
good for him. Good for him, man.
If you can ask for it and they're willing to give it to you.
Does anybody else have anything that's not football?
No, I don't.
All right. I don't think so either.
I do have a question before we talk about last night's game. I thought they used to be polite about these sorts of schedulings. You know, the NFL and college football. This weekend, they got both, and they don't normally do that.
Yeah, we also don't usually have college games this important this early.
So who needs to make adjustments?
I guess we'll figure out after, the ratings come out who was watching more of what, and the person with the lower ratings will probably have to figure out something.
The problem is how does college football avoid this when the NFL seems to be on every day lately?
You don't. You're not going to tell the NFL what to do. I mean, that's
what should college football do?
I don't know. I think it should just stay the course. College football is already a regional sport. The people who are in the area of the teams and care will watch it. And, college football in the South, there are going to be people in South Carolina watching Clemson. There are going to be people in Texas watching Texas. There are going to be people in Tennessee watching that game. Like that, you're not really competing with the NFL because in those places, they're not watching the NFL that day. They're watching their team in college football, which is how college football has always been. So, I don't know.
That's true.
All right.
I don't know if there's anything to fix.
Feel like they used to be a little polite about these things. Nobody ever messes with Friday night, though.
Yeah.
High school, you can't mess with Friday night high school. I think you will lose in all of Texas.
Yeah, the entire southeast region of our country, you will lose them if you try anything on a Friday night because like they just they just go out there and watch high school football. And it's growing in Arizona to the point where I don't know that you can necessarily guarantee here that you're going to get that either. So I think that I think that there are going to be days that the NFL doesn't mess with, but like when it comes to going up against other leagues, I don't think that the NFL cares anymore whether or not that steps on your toes. Christmas used to be the NBA's day, and now they're on Christmas.
Well, there's some sort of a thing about all this, and here's I'm reading from this story, and it says the NFL's stance on this is simple. Part of the league's antitrust exemption restricts it from playing games on Saturdays from the second Saturday in September through the second Saturday in December. As such, the NFL has routinely slated games for the third Saturday of December. And going back to 2000, not counting this year, the NFL held games in this weekend in 20 of 24 seasons, including the past 10 years in a row. Okay, so there was some sort of an arrangement made where it's like, okay, so now you're right. That means that college football, did they always have bowl games and stuff on that Saturday too?
But this is the first weekend of the new expanded playoff.
They've had
NFL's fault.
They've had bowl games before, but they've never had games this important this early. Because usually in the past, you either had just the national championship game when they had the BCS system, or the 4-team playoff. You did that on New Year's. Like you still didn't have these important games happening on this Saturday. So this is the NFL being having Saturday games when they usually have them, and college football is now the one that's actually bleeding their important games onto this day.
All right.
We'll see how it goes for them.
And then the NFL doesn't have to do nothing. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Do we have time? What time is it?
We got like 4 minutes.
What would you do if Randy and I just walked off right now?
I would start saying something. I would pull up some interesting article and I would start talking about it. Because I had that happen to me when I was in Tennessee. I had a co-host and it was his show, and then his wife fainted at work, and he got that news and took off in the middle of the segment, and I started talking. What else are you gonna do?
I only do that if I have to poop.
That's funny because we had a guy that was on the air with us in the middle of the show walk off.
He broke some headphones.
I've heard the story.
Said some swear words.
I've heard the stories.
But we were fine.
Yeah.
We
kept right on going.
That's what would happen if you guys. I have to say something. You can't. I can't not talk.
Hey, what do you put on your Christmas tree, Randy? What do you put on the top?
We currently have nothing on the top of our Christmas tree.
Nothing?
Kim does not have a star that would fit up there.
She can't reach it? Is it?
Well, she could. I brought in the ladder and I help her out. And yeah.
What do you put on your tree, Keon?
Well, my girlfriend has a star on her Christmas tree. I don't have a Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm. We got this angel. We have this angel who's got fiber optic wings, so they kind of change colors and stuff. Oh, no, she's creepy as hell. She stares at you wherever you are in the room. So it's just kind of like I try to move in my chair. She's still staring at me. I just wonder what people have on their tree. I mean, I know I've had the star up there. I've had the angel.
Mm-hmm.
I've attached things to it in the past. I just was kind of curious what most people have. I think stars are probably the most popular, right?
I think so.
You think? Probably stars.
Perhaps, yeah.
Angels, and I don't know. What else would you put up there? Can't think of anything else.
Those are the only two things I've ever seen on top of a Christmas tree.
I mean, for years we had an angel.
Like a meatball. You could do a meatball.
I would never put a meatball.
You could. It just you couldn't have it on for very long.
You are really confused. Everybody put a matzo ball up there. Just why is that up there? I don't know. What other things can you put up there?
One of those fruit cakes.
Oh, okay, yeah, fruit cake. Yeah. How about a rice like a rice ball? You know,
or rice ball. Yeah.
doesn't have to be ball. It could be anything up there.
Yeah, good.
Like a Rice Krispie treat.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
Like, why are there? Oh, the lights are blinking. I didn't know we had blinking lights. No, honey, that's the ants. There's a lot of food in that tree right now. I was just kind of curious what people put on their tree. That's all.
Yeah.
Or like ideas of new innovations, things to put on the tree.
Some sort of Roman statue.
I feel like that would be too heavy for the tree.
Like a bird of some kind, maybe an eagle.
A giant eagle.
Yeah. Probably put like Baby Yoda up there.
Oh yeah,
Would also be
there
fun.
There you go.
Oh, it's out of style now. It's out of popularity.
Well, yeah. I wonder if killer whales will start wearing Baby Yodas on their head instead of dead salmon.
I feel like that's next.
If you get one killer whale to do it, the other ones will copy.
I feel like, let's put a dead salmon up there so like we could be like the killer whales.
There it is.
All right, calm down, everybody. When we come back, we're talking football. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at HarmanSolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to HarmanSolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's HarmanSolar.com.
Now open in Scottsdale. It's United Forte Custom Door Showroom with 40,000 Euro doors and hundreds of state-of-the-art designs and finishes on display, plus kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, and more, all at wholesale prices. Builders, contractors, designers, and yes, you. Come see our showroom on Greenway Hayden Loop. That's United Forte, P-O-R-T-E. Stop by to see and feel the quality. United Forte Custom Doors. Find us at uporte.com. That's UPORTE.com.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
Saturday, it's NFL
Excuse me.
Sorry.
He's so good at things. All right, everybody. It's 5 o'clock or something. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White, Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. We've restarted the computer that is responsible for the Fanatic stream and app. We'll let you know. I don't know. If you can't hear me right now, it doesn't matter, but we'd let you know, I guess. I don't know.
If you cannot hear me,
they're probably listening to a podcast of like days ago or something. They don't even know we're off. I mean, we're on actual air. We do know that. Right? We are on the radio, right?
Are we? Are we?
We are.
Oh yeah, just checking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the main thing.
To my knowledge.
We're not just sitting here.
Right. I mean, but it was fair to ask because I was sitting around with this nonsense for no reason. Oh no, I can. So anyway, hopefully the stream and the app will be back. When it's back, and then we'll just keep doing what we're doing on radio and the YouTube feed. I think that works. So whatever makes everybody happy.
Are we still streaming on YouTube?
Yeah, it looks like
we are. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Seems as so. I don't know.
Come to find out, you guys have been up here for 3 hours.
Just sitting here, just
talking to ourselves. Just hanging
Daily
out.
Blender circle jerk right here. That's all this is.
Just out here building a friendship.
Yeah. I mean, we had a crap ton of texts here in the last couple of hours. So
okay.
Somebody's listening. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
No, we're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. So you know what we need to do? We need to talk about last night's football game. That was pretty good. It was entertaining to watch.
Which I would not have guessed.
No, didn't see that coming. And it looked like, the Broncos were just going to put the stomp down on the Chargers.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, old college coach Jim Jerkface Harbaugh, he said something at halftime. Got them all stirred up. By the way, this kick thing. Let's talk about the free kick. So let me get this straight. So if during a kick, they fair catch and somebody bumps into that guy, you have an option for a free kick, like a field goal kick. And that's what they did. Nobody's made that thing since 1976. Hasn't been tried since like 2019 or something. And so kicker,
actually,
Cameron Dicker, the kicker.
It was last tried in 2013.
Oh,
also by Jim Harbaugh when he coached the Niners.
So he loves him a free kick that nobody ever thinks about. So it turned into a 57-yard field goal. And okay, so I don't understand how this all happened since we haven't seen it. In fact, nobody on the Broncos sideline knew what the hell was going on. They looked confused. But
everybody over there is like, wait a minute.
So is this only on kickoffs or is this on punts? If somebody tries to fair catch, you bump into them, you get the option for the free kick. Why don't more people do this?
Because it almost never comes up. Like it's a very situationally specific thing. I've been trying to read the rule and get it myself. I haven't really sat down.
Well, I don't feel so bad. If you don't know, I don't feel so bad.
Yeah, there's a reason why it hasn't been done since 76. It's because it almost never comes up. And unless you're a giant nerd like Jim Harbaugh, you wouldn't think to do it. He said, and this is just a direct quote from him, "It's my favorite rule in football." So he's been waiting for an opportunity to do this. And almost nobody would even know.
I feel like more people should do this because we see guys get bumped into more often than you know. What's the other option, though? You can do a free kick or 5 yards tagged onto the end of the play or do a kick over. I mean, I feel like they have 3 different options if the free kick has always been one. That's what I want to know. I think it's only on the kickoff. Yeah, but if it's on the punt, that's more interesting.
Yeah, it's let's see here. A fair catch is made and then a rewarded As a result of the fair catch interference, the receiving team then has the option of putting the ball in play by a snap or a fair catch kick. And from that spot, basically, no one is allowed to rush the kicker. So,
you just take a running start at it.
Yeah, like that. Almost nobody can do it because the situation barely happens in the first place to give you the opportunity.
Everything changed for the Chargers after that. Everything changed. And then they just ran it on them. They just came back. What was it, like a 20-0 run or something? It was just
it was almost like halfway through the game. You said he said something at halftime. I think what he said was, okay, fine. I guess we can throw it because they started throwing the football at a rate they haven't done in 3 or 4 weeks, which is why I didn't pick the Chargers to win, because that's just not how they've been playing. And then it looked like somebody in the middle of the game told Greg Roman and told Jim Harbaugh, you can't just throw it. And they did. And you know what? Justin Herbert, he's got a big arm and he's very accurate. If you let him throw it, sometimes good things can happen.
Well, it worked. Whatever the case, whatever the conversation, it worked. And I got that pick wrong. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, I got it wrong too.
Yeah. That took me out.
Got it wrong. Yeah.
I haven't even looked. I think it got most people because the Chargers seemed pretty dinged up. They did not seem like that was going to go well for them. And in the first 2 quarters, we were all right. Turned out, nope.
That one play where there were the 2 Broncos defenders and they almost brought down Justin Herbert, and then he somehow stiff-armed both of them. Just guy with the bad ankle didn't see him doing that.
Nope.
If I knew he had it like that, I might have thought differently about this game.
Kyle G says Staley's Chargers would have never been able to come back to win that game.
No.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're working a kennel there.
Yeah. I moved my studio into a kennel. Yeah.
So I just want to point something out real fast. This is how you tell who the good guys are and who maybe needs maybe a talking to. I'm gonna tell you a succession of stories, and then I'm gonna explain something. So hear me out. Patrick Mahomes gave his O-line some gifts, and oh my God, he went big. All right, he gave them a Yeti cooler that was filled with goodies. Now I know you're like, well, Yeti cooler, that's no big deal. It's a nice Chiefs red Yeti cooler, and inside that thing was bank. He here's what it is. I'll give you the list. Each one of the offensive line got Rolexes, Oakley sunglasses, Lucci's boots, whatever that is, a pair of Normatec recovery leg sleeves. They got some Whoop bands. I don't know what a Whoop band is. Even some got some Louis Vuitton. So now that is well over $100,000 in a Yeti cooler, which is probably the only time you'll ever say that sentence. $100,000 in a Yeti, unless somebody's bringing you $100,000 in a Yeti cooler in exchange for somebody's grandmother. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or
something's going on with the mob. You know what I mean?
Drugs like in Breaking Bad.
Sure. Yeah. So that's a lot of money that Patrick Mahomes dropped. Now, some people say, well, he's got some deals with some of these. Maybe he didn't spend all that money, but even if he did, he makes $450 million, and I don't care if it was through a deal or through his own pocket. That's pretty cool. I'm an O-lineman, and he gives me a Rolex and all this other stuff. I'm like, hell yeah.
The Whoop band is actually a very, very expensive digital watch.
Oh, another watch. Yeah. Oh, you give him more than
one. So there's one that you can attach to your phone, and it'll do all the iPhone watch stuff that you could do that, or you can.
I see.
Just use the Rolex. You got options now.
Okay. So now let's move on over to Brock Purdy. Now, Brock Purdy, he went pretty damn big too. He bought all his boys, and we're talking the starters and the backups. So that's 10. He bought 10 trucks. He bought each one of his offensive linemen a truck. Now, they were Toyotas, so that's kind of a dig. But some of them got Sequoias, some of them got Tundras, and he gave them each each a truck. That's pretty damn good right there. They all, and I saw the video. They were thrilled. They're like, "Oh my god, this is awesome." My wife looked over. She's like, "Yeah, and those are the really decked out. They had leather." She's like, "You could tell that's top of the line. Well done, Brock Purdy." Then you come to Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow. Ooh, this is pretty cool. Each man got a katana. They got a sword, a Japanese samurai sword.
I like Joe Burrow because in one season, apparently, he has bought 5 katana and a Batmobile.
Yeah.
So
Here's
those are
the
his
thing.
purchases this year.
His money went to himself, the selfish bastard. Let me tell you why I'm saying that. Brock Purdy is only on $1 million a year rookie contract. He bought trucks for his boys. Now, them trucks probably 70, 80,000 a piece. He probably spent most of his income giving these guys trucks. So
I've seen Brock Purdy in a few commercials.
Hold on now. Joe Burrow, he has a $275 million contract extension 2 years ago. He just bought everybody a damn sword. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, no.
Patrick Mahomes, that was appropriate for his $450 million deal. Brock Purdy, boy, he dug deep. I know he's probably making money selling potatoes or something to farmers in Iowa, but he doesn't make that much money yet. He hasn't signed that deal. Joe Burrow has all the money, and everybody got replica swords.
Well, are they replica or are they real katana? Because if that's an authentic katana he got them,
it says authentic Japanese katana swords.
Then that's not a replica.
Well, how much are they?
$25,000.
Still, these guys got trucks.
Okay. I'm saying if I had to choose between having a truck and a katana, I'd have to think about it.
How dangerous it is to have a bunch of dopey O linemen swinging swords around the locker room.
I think you're underestimating how smart O linemen are. They're not dope. Brock Purdy, by the way, you can talk about his contract all you want to. Brock Purdy currently has deals with Buffalo Wild Wings, Adidas, Ariat, Toyota, and Alaska Airlines. I'm starting to think that
Toyota. I wonder if these were free trucks.
I'm wondering if that's a part of it.
Just so the story would come out.
Yeah, let's not. I think financially Brock Purdy is doing okay, and I think that also he's got a little bit of a connect.
Oh yeah. All
right. Well, still better than swords.
Yeah, he probably got the
I don't know, man.
He probably got the trucks at like dealer invoice.
I gave out mugs. I'm not a quarterback.
No one expects that.
No, I'm just saying.
But the katana is like half the price of the truck.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with a sword? Oh, that's cool. I got a sword. Oh, it's worth $25,000. Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay,
but I want
both of you guys came over to my house and saw my sword,
and I immediately wanted
that
one.
dirty, but I love your sword.
I immediately wanted one for myself.
And
so if you got me an authentic katana, I promise you, there's no complaining from me.
I don't even need an authentic one. I think it's cool just to have a fake one. I don't care. Choro says, mall swords, cheap ass Burrow. May as well.
Mall sword. They're authentic. They start at 26K.
Who's still making them? They're not, you know what I'm saying? How authentic can it be?
Pretty
There's
authentic.
not like some guy, I worked for 5 years on this. And it's like, no, you didn't. You just stamped that out in the warehouse.
No, it's not. There's the reason why those things are $26,000 is because they still do it the old way, where you fold the metal and you hammer it and you heat it and you fold the metal again. No, man. They start at 26,000. That's if you get the cheapest one. We don't know which ones he got. He could have gotten them more expensive.
That's overkill. My son made this. You see that right there? That is a dagger made from a railroad spike. See that? That shows you it's a spike.
That's cool. Yeah.
He made that, and then he did something to it to make it kind of opalescent.
He forged it. Yeah.
It's not a forgery. It's a real. He made it himself. It's the original.
You put it in the.
How dare you accuse my son of forgery?
Okay.
Anyway, he's got
let him have
fire.
it, Randy.
He's got a fire pit where he made these things.
Yeah. It's called a forge.
that's
real, Randy. It's real.
It is real.
I'm checking out of this.
That's really where you make them.
Feels good in my hand and everything. I could go. I could fight a guy in World War II with this. I mean, nobody else, so they'd shoot you. If I could fight a guy in World War II, I keep it right here.
Yes.
You know why I keep it right here? To make sure it doesn't disappear. My wife is like, this has got to go. Bear Claw says, I remember living in 93 in the LA area when I first heard Jim Rome, and it was fresh. And his dumb show is still the same 30 plus years later. Rackham. Why are you saying this? We weren't even talking about that.
We mentioned Jim Rome briefly 2 hours ago.
Oh, I wonder if they're the stream came back online, but he may be listening to the first hour still or something. Swave Dave says, what did Kyler Murray give the lineman? I believe a shrug. I think that's, I don't know. I don't know what he
shrug.
Like, I don't know. Oh, hey, everybody, pay attention. Against the Spread is about to speak. Now, remember, at 5:20, we're going to have Keon Rose's college football dance party. But this right here, get a pen and paper, pay attention. He says, I want to give you guys the rest of my 10 gambling picks for Christmas. Since conference championship weekend, my picks are 7-1. Here are the last two picks. Indiana +7 versus the Irish. Indiana is playing with house money, and their coach has an outstanding ATS record at Indiana and JMU. Indiana can control the line of scrimmage, and that is important in cold weather games. I also like Penn State. -9 to blow SMU off the field. Penn State showed up well against Oregon. They got down, fought back, stayed in the fight. That is a sign of a good team. The ACC might need to be sold in this playoff because money is coming in on Texas and the line is shifting towards UT. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy New Year. And to you, gentlemen, and the fourth dimension. Much love and always practice money management. So there you go. Indiana +7, Penn State -9. So there you go.
There you go.
Thank you, Against the Spread. Appreciate that.
Have a great holiday season, Against the Spread.
Thank you, Lacrosse guy. Appreciate it. He said a nice thing. I don't take compliments that well. So anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, it's time for a break because we got to do Keon Rose's college football dance party. We'll do that when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Brought to you by GBank. Earn cashback rewards on every eligible gaming transaction. vsin.com/GBank. Subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply.
The 7-7 Arizona Cardinals face the 3-11 Panthers on the road this Sunday. Arizona tied with Seattle for the top spot in the NFC West. With the Rams and Seahawks both 8-6-0, the Cardinals are right behind them. The Cardinals head into the game in Charlotte as 5-point favorites. The Panthers at +180 on the money line. The over-under is 47.5. The Cardinals are a long shot +15,000 to win the Super Bowl, +7,500 to win the NFC. NBA last night, the Pacers got by the Suns 120-111. Pascal Siakam had 25 points and 18 rebounds. Kevin Durant, 37 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists in the loss. The Suns went into the game favored by 6.5. I'm Chuck Sanders on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey, sports fans, this is Dylan Cohen.
And I'm Keon Rose. And we're bringing you Beat the Book every weekday from 2 to 3 in the afternoon.
So if you want the latest betting picks, advice, and analysis that's sharp as a knife,
or at least sharper than Dylan's last pick on the Cardinals.
Oh, you've got jokes, huh? Maybe you're feeling bold now that your Commanders actually look decent this season.
Hey, even a broken clock's right twice a day, right?
Well, tune in to Beat the Book with us, Dylan Cohen and Keon Rose, every weekday from 2 to 3 on 1580 The Fanatic.
Brought to you by Sport Trade, the newest sports book in Arizona.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-457-6060. That's 1-800-457-6060. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-457-6060. That's 1-800-457-6060.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harmon Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmonsolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call, 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmonsolar.com.
Let's play Bet Your Life. It's the game show where you gamble not only your life, but those of your passengers and fellow drivers when you get behind the wheel after drinking.
If only it was just a game. It only takes one bad decision to change your life forever. Getting behind the wheel after you've been drinking is one of them. Don't play games that nobody can win. Drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
This Saturday, it's an NFL doubleheader on the Fanatic.
The Texans are safely in the playoffs, having secured their second division title since 2018-19. Meanwhile, the question in Kansas City is, how is number 15's ankle? Find out when the Texans take on the reigning Super Bowl champs live Saturday morning at 10:30.
You're home for live NFL action, the playoffs, and Super Bowl 59. 1580 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Well, I'm glad the stream is working again. That's it. I don't have to worry about that. The Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And as promised, it is time now. I guess you call this the bowl edition of Keon Rose's college football dance party. Let's do it.
Yes,
Get it going.
Bowl and also the first rung of the NCAA football playoffs is starting this weekend. So we will be looking at that. Keon, of course, lots happening today, aside from what's going to happen this weekend. This is like a crazy weekend for football. It's just absolute crazy weekend
absolutely.
for football. So we're going to run through the schedule with you. But I'm trying to get the schedule to load. Here we go.
Who's U of Arizona playing?
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Well, then-
no.
Well, Jim Harbaugh used to say when he was with the Niners, who's got it better than us? It's the same answer. Nobody.
Not U of A.
So later on tonight, number 8 Indiana takes on number 5 Notre Dame in the first rung of the playoffs. Who you got, Dr. Rose?
Yeah, I think this particular game, and against the spread touched on it a little bit, it's a cold weather game. You have two teams that are very close together that actually don't play as often as you think. And so they're not all that familiar with each other. I do like Indiana in this game. I do think that playing in the Big Ten has probably prepared them a bit more for this moment than Notre Dame. Not that Notre Dame is a slouch team or anything like that, but their schedule, if you just look at it top to bottom compared to Indiana's, is just that much softer. And I think that coupled with the fact that they, just had that horrible loss to NIU earlier in the year, inexplicably, I think that has me leaning towards Indiana. That, and I think quarterback Riley Leonard for Notre Dame. If this game winds up being a shootout and Indiana can put points on the board, I don't know that I trust Riley Leonard to go back and forth with a team that's putting points on the board. I have some issues trusting the Golden Domers there, so I'm going to go with Indiana, the Hoosiers.
All right. So tomorrow, starting around noon on TNT, live from Beaver Stadium, the Penn State Nittany Lions, currently ranked number 4 in the country, take on number 10 SMU, or as I call them, the Smooth.
Yeah, and this is another game where just the two paths to get here were just so different that the team that's more tested, the team that seems more prepared to me, is going to be Penn State. Again, playing in the Big Ten, a little bit tougher than playing in the ACC and playing an ACC schedule. That, and when you look at SMU in the season that they had, not only did they play an ACC schedule, they played the easiest version of an ACC schedule, which means that I just genuinely believe that they're not necessarily prepared for this moment in the way that Penn State is. And when you couple that with the fact that this is a cold weather game, it's a home game for Penn State. Penn State's going to be prepared to play in this weather. I think SMU, the coldest game they've played all year, was 52, 53 degrees. Everything about this game, from the temperature to the rosters, favors Penn State. So I'll take the Nittany Lions.
All right, tomorrow at 4 p.m. I don't know if this is our time or if this is Eastern Standard Time. It doesn't list it here. But number 3, Texas, live from Darrell K. Royal Stadium in Austin, takes on number 16, Clemson. A lot of people putting money on Clemson, but as we heard against the spread say, the line seems to be shifting towards Texas. What say you, Keon Rose?
Oh, Texas is now a 12.5-point favorite. So the line has been moving, and it's been moving fast. And
Wow.
I agree with the movement of the line. Yeah, little bias going on. Going to have to put the disclaimer out there. But I do think that Texas playing at home is a huge advantage here for a couple of reasons. One, when you look at the Texas defensive numbers when they play at home, they just are a more prolific defense playing in their own house. Then when you look at Clemson playing on the road, specifically quarterback Cade Klubnik, his road games are terrible. He's just not a good road player. I don't know why. He's a talented player. He's a smart guy. But when he gets on the road, I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know if he's rattled or what, but I don't feel like I can trust Cade Klubnik to go into Darrell K. Royal Stadium in a game that's a must-win game and come out with a victory. I think it's a low-scoring game because I don't know how much I believe in Texas's offense right at this particular moment in time. Be nice to see them figure out some things because the talent on the roster is there, but they haven't played up to their potential yet this season at all. I'd like to see them do it, but even if they don't, I think they have the edge because Klubnik has just been so inconsistent on the road.
Does Sark make a change at quarterback if the starter doesn't work out?
I think he'd be willing to do it. Ewers hasn't been bad, but he also hasn't been great either. He's
also been injured, so
very, very middle of the pack. Yeah, but they have also had a lot of time off, so I'm imagining that Ewers is going to play, and unless he looks terrible, I don't think there's a quarterback change.
All right, let's move on to the next game on Saturday. It's a triple header at 8 p.m. I think this is Eastern time.
It is. That's at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. here. Okay.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. Number 7, Tennessee, make the trip into the Ohio Stadium there at the Horseshoe. Take on number 6, Ohio State. Who do you have in this matchup, Keon?
Well, Jeffrey, my apologies to the text line in advance because the last time I brought up the name Ohio State earlier today on Beat the Book, I ticked off apparently all the Ohio State fans, which I didn't realize we had so many.
Don't care.
In our listening audience. So they will be coming after me because I am not picking the Ohio State.
I got your back
to win this game. I do not like the way that they start football games. I think the teams that have the level of talent that Ohio State has should be able to start football games, get points on the board quickly, and then if you've got to play keep away after that, fine. If you've got to continue to put your foot on the gas, fine. But you have options. They start slow more often than they don't. You can talk to me about the Oregon game and how they were very close to winning. They started slow in that game too, and that's why they lost. So I'm not going to trust them to beat a Tennessee team that, A, has a really good defense. I like the way that they play a lot. They have a quarterback in Nico Iamaleava, who is just a fantastic quarterback. And I think that Tennessee's offense is pretty unconventional as well. I don't think that there's something that you see every day when you're playing in the Big Ten. They're just playing football in a way that's just Tennessee. No one else does anything like what they do to the point where it's hard to figure out which of their guys are even going to be good in the NFL because you just what are you guys doing over there? I think the Vols are prepared for this game. I think their schedule has prepared them for this game. And like I said, unless Ohio State finally figures out the key to starting quickly against the top level opponent, I do not trust them.
So they are the losers.
I think so.
All right, let's check in on some bowl games that will be happening beginning on Monday. Live, the Myrtle Beach Bowl will be happening. Coastal Carolina at University of Texas, San Antonio. And that's at Brooks Stadium in Conway, South Carolina. Can you call this one, Keon?
Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of Coastal Carolina and the season that they've had. This is a battle of a couple of 500 teams, but I just think that the way that Coastal Carolina has played, they've been one of those teams that throughout the year they've had matchups that are tough enough to test them. Where you look at UTSA and their particular offensive setup, especially with their quarterback, he hasn't really been tested. He's very young. I'm going to take the Chanticleers in this one for Coastal Carolina to beat UTSA.
Wow, the Chanticleers.
Yeah.
In the second bowl on Monday, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. That's going to be at the Boise, the famous blue field there, Albertson Stadium. Northern Illinois taking on Fresno State. Who you got? That's 2:30 on Monday.
Yeah, this is another matchup where Northern Illinois, they kind of jumped up onto the radar for me after they beat Notre Dame, because I thought, well, what kind of season are they going to have? And they did eventually come back to earth after beating Notre Dame. Like, this wasn't a team that wound up turning into a juggernaut. They did lose their next two games after that, but the season they put together once they got everything figured out was really good and went into some places that are hard to win. They did go into Western Michigan and come away with a W. They did go into Central Michigan and come away with a W. Like, those are teams that are tough to beat, especially on the road. I like NIU in this matchup. And again, it's not necessarily disrespect to Fresno State, but I just think that when you have a team that's played in tough places, played on the road, when you get to the bowl game, I like those squads a lot.
All right, on Tuesday, December 24th, it's the Hawaii Bowl, live from Honolulu, South Florida, lucky dogs, and San Jose State, lucky dogs. They get a trip to Hawaii to play in the Hawaii Bowl, which, by the way, the stadium is right there next to Pearl Harbor. I didn't know that until I went and visited Pearl Harbor. The stadium's right there. It's just right less than a quarter mile away.
I think you're safe, though, because we've been friends with the Japanese for quite some time. So I don't think there's any risk.
Yeah, well, there's that. So anyway, December 24th, Christmas Eve, the Hawaii Bowl. Who do you got?
Yeah, one of the things that I'm really looking forward to in this game is San Jose State. Nick Nash has been one of the big names that have come out of that team throughout this season. A lot of people are thinking that, like, hey, like, if you want to watch this game and you don't know who to look for, look for Nick Nash. I mean, like, he's been one of those players that if he's involved in a shootout, it's exciting, it's fun. They put lots of points on the board. I think San Jose State is a very fun team to watch. South Florida obviously had a good year as well, but like the player that stands out to me, Nash, for San Jose State. I like him. I like the way that they play. It's up tempo. They put lots of points on the board, and I think Hawaii, you get a nice warm weather day to go out there and show what you can do. I'll take the Spartans.
All right, that's it for this week's.
Holy crap, that was short.
Well, yeah. Well,
there's less games.
We're winding down, Jeff. Go.
I thought I was going to have at least another 5 minutes to do nothing.
We're running out of games.
I could
make some up.
I mean, how do you make them up?
All right,
come on.
How does that work?
You can do it.
The Rawhide Bowl featuring Sarsaparilla State taking
Mm-hmm,
on the city of Jerome. Who do you got in that matchup, Keon?
I used to have a friend named Jerome. I don't know what to give you here.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Jerome, Arizona? Oh, you need to go.
What song was that where you heard the guy go, "Now Jerome"? Which one was that?
Oh, that was
Morris Day and the Time.
Morris Day and the Time.
What song was that? Or just out of nowhere, it brings up Jerome.
Yeah, I think that was.
Oh, was that? No, that wasn't that one. Which one was it?
Jungle Love, but that
no,
wasn't.
I don't think it was that one. No. Or maybe it was the Dinosaur. Everybody do the Dinosaur. Does nobody know what this?
Yeah, I know.
What that's going to bother me. Yeah. What's the Now Jerome song? What were we talking about?
Nothing. We Keon picked the winner of the Rawhide Bowl.
You want to do all that again? Just no. Kill some time.
What? Seems unnecessary. What?
Trying to get out of work over here. Lacrosse guy thinks it might have been a Prince song.
No.
It was a Morris Day in the Time, I think.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. Moldy Tuna Fish says, I'd be worried if I lived in Hawaii, for a Pearl Harbor style attack. You never know. Won't be the Japanese. It'll be the Chinese or the Russians. So, no, thank you. If those guys are going to attack it, they're not going to stop at Pearl Harbor. They're going to go all the way in. So,
yeah, I don't think Pearl Harbor's a target anymore.
Against the Spread has high praises for Keon Rose.
Yeah.
Says, Keon, I agree with every single one of your picks for the college football playoffs.
How about that?
On the same page for all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says Ryan Day has the butthole pucker factor after that epic disaster versus Michigan. I didn't realize that was a measurable factor.
Oh, it is.
Oh, yeah.
No, it is.
The butthole pucker.
They use a ruler, I believe.
I see. Yeah.
And it's called the Lemon Booty Index.
Oh, the Lemon Booty Index. I like that better than that's good. That should be a texture nickname. Lemon Booty. Lemon Booty says.
All right.
Anyway, Against Fred says, I don't believe his mercenary high dollar team want to play for him. Something about Ohio State is wrong. Tennessee, battle tested, SEC approved, ready for freaking role playing with house money.
Yeah, I just when I look at Ryan Day's team this year, it's like no other Ryan Day team I've ever seen. They start slower than any of the teams I've ever watched at Ohio State under him. I just don't trust it. Do not trust it.
By the way, speaking of trust, while you guys were doing Keon Rose's college football dance party, I was listening, but I was also Googling Zepbound because, I have sleep apnea.
Yes. And you want to lose weight.
Oh, I'm fat son of a bitch too, So
it's a twofer.
I got dizzy trying out the other one, and they're like, "Well, you want to try this one?" I'm like, "Nah, I've had enough of that. I think I'll just get on the treadmill." But then I'm not interested in this for the weight loss. I'm interested for the sleep apnea. That crap will kill you. So I'm interested. And so I go down there. I'm like, all right, I'm on the Eli Lilly. They're the people who make this stuff. And they're like, hey, we got we're the first and only prescription medicine for moderate to severe obstructive sleep apnea. Yay. Okay, so I scroll down. It's a lot of side effects.
Like?
I don't remember if there were that many side effects with the other one. It's going to sound like one of the commercials now. Zepbound may cause tumors. What? In thyroid, including thyroid cancer. Watch for possible symptoms such as a lump or swelling in your neck, hoarseness, trouble swallowing, shortness of breath. Zepbound may cause serious side effects, including severe stomach problems, kidney problems, gallbladder problems. Oh no. Inflammation of the pancreas. Oh no, you don't mess with the pancreas. Serious allergic reactions, low blood sugar, changes in vision in patients with type 2 diabetes, depression, thoughts of suicide, food or liquid getting in your lungs during some other surgery that has nothing to do with this. What?
This is awful.
More side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, constipation, stomach pain, indigestion, injection site reactions, feeling tired, allergic reactions, belching, hair loss, heartburn, and more. They just said, this isn't it. We just ran out of space. We can't type anymore. Our hands hurt.
On the website, we ran out of space.
Wow.
On the website.
Wow. That's...
Oh man, and they have like more side effects for if you can get pregnant. There's more down the below.
Well, I can. I am fertile.
Well, so more for you to worry about.
This seems like it's worse than the other one was.
I will just keep going to the gym. This looks terrible. This is
bad.
But
I got sleep apnea. Even when I was skinny, I have sleep apnea, so that's not going to solve my sleep apnea. What's that, Bullseye? You can't trust Keon's picks because he's a biased Texas Dumbhorns fan.
So you can't trust one of my picks.
Oh, who'd you pick on that one?
I took Texas.
Oh, you're a child. You're just a child.
Dumbhorns.
Yeah, well, you know what? If you saw Cade Klubnik play quarterback on the road this season,
you know damn well I didn't.
You'd pick Texas too.
Okay, I picked Texas. I picked that. You talked me into it. I'm good. Slave Dave says, I think the terminology you're looking for previously was the sphincter factor.
Also another look. It's
good, but it's not as good as lemon booty.
We had regionally, there are different terms for it.
We don't have a regional term for it here. Do we have a regional term for that here?
No. By the way, Jeffco, I've already added it to the potential texter names.
Lemon booty?
Booty, yeah.
Lemon booty. You know what? Sphincter factor should be in there too.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a good one. It is a good one.
It's not bad to Slave Dave. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, do some things, and get the hell out of here. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Sports bettors, we've all been there. You have a live bet lined up, you check the odds one more time, place the bet, only to see the bet delayed by the spinny wheel, line move, and your bet rejected. My name's Alex Kane, and I'm the founder and CEO of Sporttrade, Arizona's newest sports betting app. At the core of the Sporttrade offering is our probability-based odds. In other words, the Cardinals may be offered at 55% odds to win, a lot simpler than minus 125. Place your bet at 55% odds, and as your win probability changes, so does the value of your bet, giving you the ability to cash out with total control. And the best part, no spinny wheels. Live bets on Sporttrade are instantly accepted. Download Sporttrade on your iPhone today and use code 1580 to earn 10% cash back on every bet in your first week. Terms apply.
Sporttrade is regulated by the Arizona Department of Gaming. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-3128. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-3128. That's 800-575-3128. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
In most countries of the world, Porte means door. United Porte Custom Doors, located in the Scottsdale Airport Design District, is now open with over 40,000 European doors, all in stock, ready for delivery, and at wholesale prices. Designers, contractors, builders, and yes, you. Come see our showroom on Greenway Hayden Loop. That's United Porte, Porte. Stop by to see and feel the quality at United Porte Custom Doors. Find us at uporte.com. That's uporte.com.
Let's play Bet Your Life. It's the game show where you gamble not only your life, but those of your passengers and fellow drivers when you get behind the wheel after drinking.
If only it was just a game. It only takes one bad decision to change your life forever. Getting behind the wheel after you've been drinking is one of them. Don't play games that nobody can win. Drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser. Okay?
It's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
It's Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Again, I'm looking into this this new approved sleep apnea cure, not about the weight loss thing, but Against the Spread says, holy freaking crap, Jeffrey. It'd be better to move to Tucson, smoke crack all night, never sleep, than never deal with those god-awful side effects at the Zepbound. Smart move not taking that stuff and running off those terrible carolers. Stay alert and stay alive, brother. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Against the Spread. Thank you so much. Here's the thing about the side effects. So it's one of these things where it's like, you don't get all of them, but you might get one of them. maybe 2 of them, and
Or-
maybe you get
or
none of them,
most of them.
or all of them.
Yeah.
I gotta do something about this sleep apnea though.
Hmm.
I started to think about getting a thing, maybe trying again on the. I can't do the one where it shoves it up your nose because it's like, it's just too weird. But if I have to, I could wear the pilot one. Cover me, Goose. It's no good. It's no good. Talk to me, Goose. I could be doing that all night. My wife would be, shut up.
You would do that, wouldn't you?
I did a mouth guard thing and tried to do that to stop the snoring. And I was like, it's all I could hear is me sucking the spit out of it. I thought for sure it was going to be bothering her. She told me later she didn't hear it, but I'm like, yeah, but that kept me up.
I did. It kept me awake.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Underpainter says, isn't Jerome that haunted, creepy town? No, that's Jerome is a haunted town, Jerome, Arizona. Did we ever figure out what song we're talking about? That's got to be from the 80s, right?
No, is it 80s or 90s?
I think it's the 80s. I think it was the 80s.
It was the time. I know that.
Yeah, the listeners are usually pretty good about this. I could say half of a sentence, and then all of a sudden I got 12 texts saying, it was from this movie, dummy. So where the guy
what
turned...
genre of music is it?
What would you call that?
Pop? It's like pop R&B.
Funk? It was a little bit of funk.
Little funk in it, but
Morris
like
Day and the Time.
It's like Prince. Now Jerome. Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I just type it in the Google here. Morris Day, now Jerome. Let's see if that works. No, I just got who's Jerome Benton? Oh, he's in the band. So we have the right band. What song does he say? Now Jerome. What song do they say? Now Jerome.
Maybe it
Jungle
is.
Love.
Hey,
Jungle
Jesse.
Love.
Now Jerome.
It says Jungle Love.
It is Jungle Love.
Morris Day. Yeah.
Oh, Randy, I'm sorry. You're right. The first. Have you ever
Jungle
heard more?
Yeah.
I think The Dinosaur is a way more fun song.
The Dinosaur?
Oh. No, that's
That's
Jungle Love.
That's Jungle Love. Yeah. That's it's
You've
not,
just got
floor.
Jungle Love on the
it's
brain.
Jungle
Something.
Love. Yeah,
Get on the floor. Everybody do the dinosaur. Ooh.
Yeah.
Chaka chaka
Jungle
boom
Love.
boom.
Yeah.
Oh, which one is this?
This is Jungle Love, right?
They
here.
both do sound a little bit the same. When
Yeah,
did
this is Jungle Love. Right here.
1984 is when
Yeah.
this came out. Way before Keon was born.
But did they have one? The bird.
Want to tell you.
Yeah, bird. It's R&B soul is what the category is here.
That is. Listen, I don't care what you think. That's some good music right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was like the funny version of Prince.
Oh
You know?
yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Although
were
he
in,
didn't look like Prince. He was
they were
dressed.
in- Yeah. No,
Yeah.
he was dressed to the nines, man. He had.
Wasn't
a
he
cane.
competitor of Prince in that movie? Is that what
Yeah,
that was?
A Purple Rain. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Wonder
I
whatever
think
happened
that,
to him.
Uh,
Did he die of
who
cough
knows?
syrup
Who
at
knows?
Walgreens too?
Maybe.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. Yeah.
Love that song. Are
uh,
you not familiar with any of what we're talking about, Keon?
Like a little.
Yeah. Your mom would love this.
Probably.
Your mom would love this.
Yeah, like it, Marty McFly. Your parents are gonna love this.
This
Yeah,
is the
which one
bird.
is-
It's the bird.
Oh, I forgot about the bird. This is all
I got-
stuff
I
you
got-
can just dance to.
it sounds good, though.
Forever,
Yeah.
forever.
I
Yeah,
might-
go ahead and
might-
put this
might
in your
listen to it
Spotify.
later. Yeah.
Morris Time, Morris Day in the Time. Morris
Yeah, in
Day
the Time.
in the Time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was good stuff. All right, well, that's not what we're really trying to do here.
We're just moving along here.
Let me tell you what I think about Aaron Rodgers' comments. They say, well, what are you going to do if you're still with the Jets and they draft a new quarterback? He says, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. He says, I'll tell you what. He says, I'm going to mentor the hell out of him. By mentor, do you mean make sweet love? Or do you really mean mentor? Because I don't know.
Mentor like you mentored Jordan Love,
Or
who you didn't
Wow.
actually mentor,
I
or
was just going to say somewhere in Green Bay.
it's
there's
just you
Yeah.
already had a guy you didn't like and didn't.
quiet crying.
I believe him, though. Can I tell you why? He knows it's over. He knows it's over. Yeah. He wants to take credit for the next guy. His ego wants to take credit for the next great quarterback.
I'm right there with you. I think Aaron Rodgers, everything he does from now on, like money is a factor, but he's got enough money. I think his ego.
Legacy.
Yep. It's the biggest part of this. If he shows up and he plays well next year, he's gonna obviously ride that. If he plays poorly and gets replaced, if the next guy's great, he's gonna take credit for that too. I mean, it's just it's a very Aaron Rodgers thing to do.
I feel sorry for the next guy because he's gonna get a lot of attention from Aaron Rodgers. You know, it's not going to be like what he did to Jordan Love.
An uncomfortable amount of attention.
Yes.
Hey, I can hear him now inviting him to go to on a dark retreat. And then try some of this Hiawatha.
This new quarterback's going to come back with one pupil this big, the other one just a little bit smaller, and then they change as you're talking to him. You've been spending time with Aaron, haven't you?
Yeah. It's just it's just I don't think that when you're a 22, 23-year-old kid that you're quite ready to take a copious amount of psychedelics and experience ego death. I don't think that anybody's ready for that. And Aaron's going to put a guy through that's not even prepared for that. It's going to be
mentor the hell out of him. That's what I'm going to do.
Strip that ego from the bottom, my friend. That is
may God have mercy on whoever it is.
Your sense of self is going to dissolve. You are going to feel like one with the universe.
I can't breathe. I'm laughing so
how is this going to make me a better quarterback? Well,
this new quarterback is going to remember the cartoon The Little Mermaid, and when that big old Ursula shows like all her little garden of dead souls, and they're like, that's this quarterback after a month with Aaron Rodgers. Oh, unfortunate soul.
A month? You mean a weekend?
Aaron Rodgers was talking about one of his hallucinations one time, and I was just like, I don't think you should subject other people to the feeling of like centipedes coming out of your eyes. Like that's not good.
Yeah. Somewhere along the line, if I was that interviewer, I'd be like, stop talking.
The interviewer was a psychedelic guy too, though. So they were just having a good time, yucking it up. Oh, remember that time that we felt spiders everywhere? Wasn't that great?
Yeah, I'll see you at the stadium, Aaron, but that's where it's that's the only place. That's the only
watch
place.
Film at 6 a.m, and that's about it.
Oof. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1960, Philip K. Wrigley, owner of the Chicago Cubs, announced that his team would no longer use a manager in 1961, but rather a committee of coaches.
Oh, no.
Charlie Grimm, Lou Bordeaux, Harry Kraft, Bob Kennedy, and Charlie Metro. Cubs improved to 64 in 90. That was only 4 games better than the year before. So he brought in... He's like, I'm going to have 5 managers. And they got 4 more games out of it. He actually tried that crap for 5 years. And finally, they're like, okay, that's it. Bring in Leo Dorcher, and we'll just go back to normal. Oh, God bless them Cubs.
It's like what we say about quarterbacks. If you have more than one of them, you don't have any. If you have 5 managers, it's like having -2 managers. There's too many cooks in the kitchen.
If you got 2 quarterbacks, you don't have one. You got 5 managers, you have clown car. That's all that is. That is just an absolute disaster right there. So anyway, so there you go, George. That's On This Date in Big George's sports history. Is there anything else that we need to talk about that's going on this weekend? I don't think so.
I think we got all the things.
Let me take a look here. Make sure we didn't forget, because here's what we got on the broadcast. We got Texans and Chiefs tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. And then after that, Steelers and Ravens. Both those games should be all right.
Mm-hmm.
That's worth watching right there.
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me. I know everybody's on the Chiefs. I'm on the Chiefs, but it wouldn't surprise me the Texans win that game.
That just depends on
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Well, and if he's out there trying to gut it out, which I think, by the way, is a mistake. I'll be honest with you. I think it's a mistake. But the guy's a competitor, and he's going to go out there and gimp around on a sore ankle. That kind of scares me a little bit.
And if he doesn't gut it out, say something happens early, and they're like, okay, you know what, precaution, let's go ahead and pull him. Carson Wentz is going out there, and you know what?
Yeah, we do know.
I believe in him even less. I'll take 25% of Patrick Mahomes before I take 100% of Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I got to tell you though, he did okay in Mahomes' stead the other day.
So we got Sunday, the Weekend Warriors from 9 to 11 a.m. Because why not? And then Sunday Night Football, we got Tampa Bay and Dallas. I'm sorry. Then Monday Night Football. Oh, we're sorry about this one too. It's going to be a stomp. I mean, the Green Bay Packers should kick the crap out of the Saints. Did anybody pick the Saints? I don't think so.
Nobody picked the Saints. That was one of those we just all voted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cardinals play in the morning on Sunday, Randy. Not on our station, but
right. They will win in the morning, is what you're saying. I think
I picked them.
Yeah, they're going to win in the morning. Yeah,
Mike Holtz play in the morning too,
and
on the
Blue
smaller
Horseshoe
screen.
Will win.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, I don't know. It's just no fun watching your team lose all the time. Even though I don't feel like this is a playoff team at all. I mean, they got a slim chance on the outside of the wild card. It's nice to see a win, a late season win. That makes you feel better going into the next season. You don't feel like a complete loser, Just saying.
Yeah.
We're getting cooked by the Eagles.
I don't know, man.
We were trying to avoid that for you, but
I don't know,
probably. I don't know. Jalen Hurts, though.
I'll be rooting for my guys, but
I believe.
All right, guys, have a great weekend, and the Daily Blender will be back on Monday at 3 p.m. So there. Bye.